Hi everybody, welcome to Materia D&D, where we play D&D our way. We are on session 99.
Woo.
Woo! We're getting really close to triple digits. So last session we were light on some players, but it was after the holidays and yada yada. It's all good. Mostly the Menagerie spent time within the walls of Whitlaw in the Petal District and in the Lyceum District, where they traveled to the College of Fascinations after a night in the Bucking Mad Tavern. Um, they got in under the guise of Dregnar being, which isn't necessarily a falsehood, a traveling monk that wished to have some of his monastic ways documented and shared amongst the libraries at the College of Fascinations. And it did work, and it got them into the main library. This 6 or so story tower-like building filled with all manner of parchments, vellums, scrolls, books, tomes, and even collected artifacts. There happened to be a swinging like representation of materia and the sun and its moons that very much got Sedge's interest. However, no shenanigans happened. Doing some research, splitting up, Al holding Davis's trembling hands as they traveled through the library. They were able to, one, write some of Dregnar's monastic ways down, two, do some research on Carver, and three, observe some of the various items, I should say, collected within the library. Dregnar did depart from the group at one point to head over to the halls of mending, where he sought out an individual, Mr. Buckle. He did get an audience with him after some time, where the Khemri practitioner of like practical healing and medicines did see him and was rather taken aback by what he saw. Attempting some basic investigations on the condition of the wound that Dregnar told him was inflicted by a hag. He set forth that he needed to get in touch with a couple of his colleagues and that they would get in touch with Dregnar as quickly as possible after they've invested, or I guess researched the little sample that Dregnar cut off from his wound and the blood that the leech collected and quickly died afterwards. So, as Dregnar had returned to the College of Fascinations, it's definitely past midday right now. He has been approaching the library where Karos has his feet kicked up, waiting for the group to decide what's happening next. And essentially, that's where we're picking up our story. This is an opportunity, of course, for the players that were not here. If there was something that they really wanted to retroactively do, let me know. But otherwise, we'll just keep marching on forward through the midday.
And we went to what's his faces in the morning, right? Tabard's place in the morning.
You haven't been there yet. No.
Oh no, that was the day before. That's right.
Yeah,
Never
that
mind.
was the night before. Yeah, you woke up, had breakfast at the tavern,
Yep.
the Bucking Mad, and then you went straight to the College of Fascinations.
Yep. I've slept since then. Sorry. Okay, I'm just going to go into the library and just kind of make myself visible near one of the exits, waiting for the rest of the party to get done with whatever they're doing.
Okay.
Where did we stay after the previous night at taverns?
Bucking Mad.
So it's Bucking Mad's, yeah. It's as far as you guys know, it has been suggested to you by Meeker and Tabard himself.
Okay.
Or at least brought up, I should say, by those two individuals.
Did we say approximately what time of day it is? Like midday or something?
Well after, yeah.
Oh, that's
like
right. We were there
a
for
good
like
hour
5
or
hours.
so.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's well after midday. Even though you guys had a start of a day, it's probably like 1, 2 o'clock for sure. Easy
Okay.
at this point.
Ragnar, is this for a meeting up?
Sure.
Alright.
As good as place as any.
Yep, they're all in the library as far as I know. Did anybody walk past you while I was gone?
Not that I know of. I just got here. I just saw you at the corner of my eye, so
Ah,
I'm done doing whatever I needed to do here today, I guess. Unless that little one comes back with good information.
okay.
I doubt he will.
Well, let me go check with one of those curators. I'll walk in, Adam, and I'll the first one or the information center or whatever, and I'll say, "Hey, have any of my friends left yet?"
I wasn't. No, I don't believe so.
Thank you.
It
And I'll
should.
walk back in. No, sorry, go ahead.
I see your main friend over there on the table, just relaxing. Looks like. Should tell
He's
him to
not
put
my,
his feet down.
he's not my main friend. He's one of my friends, but not my
Auxiliary.
main friend. Auxiliary, yes,
Main.
definitely. Definitely.
Sorry, forgive me. Your Leonin friend, referring to his
Ah,
main. Forgive me.
okay, okay.
I think she means hair.
That, yeah,
What he said.
academics. So I go over.
Okay.
Back to Carlos.
Okay.
I'll be right here.
I'll pull out my flask, take a hit, and offer it to Carlos.
What do we got in here? I've seen you hit it from the. Did you have potion or something in there at one time?
Oh yeah, this is potion, but not that kind of potion. This is I call this my happy juice.
He'll shrug, take a slug.
I don't know what's in it. Just
It's a bourbon,
okay.
Oh.
but it was the one I rode like a 22 or 23 on, I believe.
Oh yeah. Okay, that one. Got it. It's pretty nice cars.
I guess.
He'll kind of like close his eyes for a minute and kind of do that thing when you breathe out and you like smell what you just tasted.
Mhm.
It's like not bad at all. Thanks.
I'm still trying to perfect it, but I'm getting close. Now let's screw it back on. Put the flask away.
It's good work.
Yeah, at some point I assume Al and I would just come back and Davis would look like he's been in and lost a fight.
Yeah, Davis is his brow is definitely sweaty. You can see like his hair is even a little bit wet, like he's just been profusely working out
Yeah.
or something. He's a little flush even. Al, you're cute. Cool as a cucumber. You've been
That's broccoli.
yeah, cool cool as broccoli.
Okay, Captain, you did great out there. Good job.
Jeez.
But yes, I would say the entirety of the group is basically, if not together, then within eyeshot of one another. So y'all are free to do as you wish.
We have to
However,
go see that. We have to go see that cat, or we're gonna grab something to eat first and then head over.
How close is the closest like receptionist lady around?
Oh, for you, well, you guys, it's within 50 feet. Like you guys are like Saj. I kind of picture you being kind of outside, like kind of looking up
Yeah,
at the sun and
exactly.
everything, and it's kind of this open double door area where there's these heavy, almost we'll say them like Greek like, pillars holding up like a little bit extended bit of roofing, giving some natural, some constructed shade. However, the air is flowing in and out of the library, also kind of helping circulate. And within 50 feet of walking in, there's those three individuals that are acting as prime curators and receptionists. I do not remember the description that I gave on them, so forgive me. But they're definitely
So,
within.
table lady. I'm like, whoever is standing behind like the closest receptionist desk, I'm kind of like yelling at.
Okay, no one seems to heed you any mind, and you call out again, and then she just kind of points at herself. She's like, "Yes." This
If they have an answer for me about my question that I asked earlier, I'll be back.
uh, remind me of what the question was. I'm sorry. There's been
I want to touch the orb.
the orb. You mean ah is there? And she's kind of like yelling at you as you're like Was
Are we
there a
yelling at each
reason?
other?
Like, I don't. Is there some sort of maintenance or something? Like, why do you need a? Uh, oh,
I
and she
could
just
see
kind
it as spiritual maintenance. Don't worry, I'll ask later. Don't worry, don't worry. Come on, guys, let's go before they say no.
she's got like a very just confused look, and then as the group kind of gets up and starts walking and joining you, says she just kind of looks at all of them like, all of you like, good day.
I'm walking
Well,
away.
Adam, as I hear this, I'm gonna go.
Hmm.
I'm gonna run back in real quick.
Okay.
I want to ask the curator for a quill, some ink, and a piece of parchment.
Uh, she looks, and the individual that
I say, never mind, never mind. I pull my own out, and I'll
okay,
get a piece of paper, and I'm
okay,
gonna write a note to the person that I was given the description for the silent forgiveness,
yep,
and say,
okay,
uh, if it would be all possible, one of my friends would like to inspect and possibly interact with the giant globe in your library as part of his religious beliefs, and I'll write all that out, making it to where it's something that they could possibly observe while he's doing it because it's something they may not see all the time. And then I'll
okay,
sign it Dregnar, and then I say, "Can you please give this?" And whatever the lady's name is, I can't
yeah.
remember.
You
I say,
describe her,
you
and
know, and
yeah,
I say, and I'll put on the outside, "We are at the uh,
bucking mad.
Bucking Mads Inn. If please leave a message if you're able to comply or afford us this pleasure or whatever," and then hand it to her.
Understood. For the sake of it, on the way that you wrote it, go ahead and give me a No, I'm not gonna make you roll. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. You're good. It's a good letter. You spoke it well. All right, cool. So she takes the letter. She says, okay, I'll make sure she receives it. The blonde one, right?
Yes, yes, and no rush, just whenever you get a chance.
Okay. Thank you again for sharing your knowledge.
Mm. Thank you for allowing us to be part of this unique experience.
Mm.
I know my friend Davis loved it.
Well, that's excellent to hear. I mean,
Mm.
libraries, they're stimulating, they're fascinating. It's amazing, like, how much is, and she just kind of looks, and you see, like, there's this genuine glistening to her eyes. Just here.
You know what? I bet he would love a personal, in-depth tour of the library.
I'll see what I can arrange. And she
Thank
actually
you.
takes a piece of note and says, Davis, and
Good.
with Dragnar.
I point to the big orc guy.
It's like, doesn't seem stereotypes. I'm sorry. I shouldn't judge by a book by its cover. Look at me. And she just, right.
And then I'll happily go back to the group just thinking this is going to be great.
Okay. So you guys are fairly, easy to get together. It's a nice day. There are clouds coming to and fro, giving some semblance of relief from the increasing temperatures as spring is making its appearance known. Uh, the college grounds itself, as I said, very very nice, very clean. But there is still that flair and that flavor of this festival of colors. Most notably, in a lot of the trees have ropes and ribbons tied of them of just various different colors, as well as pretty much every entryway to the buildings that you see, and many of the main columns, excuse me, have heavy banners of just various colors adorning them at this time. Um, you're able to, I assume, venture out of the College of Fascinations is your goal. So you do walk by the Luxodon guard station. She nods as you leave, and you are able to then intersect with the larger street, the Caravan Straits, which allows you to, well, travel back down south if you wish to get closer to the Petal District, out of the Lyceum District, or whatever you guys wish to do. So what's the plan?
I will, just as we're walking, I'll tap Dragnar's shoulder and real quick drop a, hey, did you get any, medical info back there? I saw you disappeared for a little bit. Or just
Oh,
tap the book.
I got someone working on it. They seemed quite intrigued and confused by the wound, so hopefully they're going to be able to help me out with that.
Good to hear.
Al,
Okay.
go ahead and give me a perception check while you ask that. and go ahead and keep talking.
I'm not hiding anything.
Ooh,
He
I
didn't say
know.
insight.
I'm just
Per-
messing with you.
Perception.
Yeah, perception.
25.
Always
If
hiding stuff.
You do
That's true.
you do notice that amongst whatever, because I think Dreadnought you had like an additional robe or something on, right, to look a little bit more monkly, if I recall correctly.
Yes, yes.
But you do notice, Al, as you're discussing with him and kind of talking and kind of walking side by side with him, that there is a wet spot on his collarbone, and it's like a dark crimson kind of staining through.
Oh. Hey, and I'll tap myself in the same spot. You okay there? I wasn't there before.
I'll take a look at it just to make sure it hadn't got any worse from since before, Adam.
It just hasn't closed. It's
Gotcha.
just constantly just been kind of. It's not like profusely bleeding, but it's like
yeah.
normally, you know, you have this
Oh.
ability to just kind of stitch up. It's still bleeding.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta
Yeah, we
get
hear
my
him.
breath.
Mhm.
So I'll go and then I'll reach into one of my healing kits or whatever and take out a gauze or something and kind of put it right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to give him a sample of it, and of course it doesn't want to heal right. So
Go ahead and give me a medicine check at advantage because it is your body.
Construct.
20
20.
modified.
Yeah, go ahead, dirty 20. It's typically, you know, you're expecting it to you don't think about it when you're patching yourself up, but you notice it as it's odd. It's cold.
That's probably not good. I'll actually say that that's probably not good.
Okay. You just hear that. Yeah.
Ooh.
I look at, okay, I guess Sej. Hey, Sej, can you come here for a second? Al, Rock,
Of course.
come here, please. Actually, just everybody.
As you guys just kind of huddle to somewhere in the street,
move.
just kind of make an impromptu huddle. There's an individual that has like a little stand that seems to have like some pillows on the ground, of all various different colors, and you just see like some wood that has some paintings of some fish on the side of it. But you're just like all huddled around his stand, and he's just kind of, and then someone turns their back to him, kind of shutting him off, and you have a little privacy. Go for it.
So I'll pull the thing back and I'll say, well, you know, and I'll tell him that, you know, I had to give him a sample and all that. I won't give a lot of detail in case someone's eavesdropping, just basically. I'm
Mhm.
like, it's cold to the touch now.
The skin around it?
His blood and the skin around it is cold.
Does the color reflect that of the skin?
It's always been, since Dragnar has made you guys aware of it. It's always been this like blackish bruise that just it it seems like those of you who are proficient with medicine, which I think is none of you, but
Does
I
my
was
proficiency count?
yeah, I guess Al,
Not
you would
skilled.
kind of Sej would have been really the one that would have noticed it just from his training in the healing arts and cauterization and stuff. It always seemed like there was just the thinnest layer of skin able to form, but nothing beyond that. And it looks like there is just a cut, and does look. I'm not going to make you roll such, but it does look like, you know, part of the skin was removed and it's just not closing, and it's not it's not like pumping blood when he does a heartbeat, but it's just like little dablets of blood are just collecting and then pooling and then dripping, pooling, dripping, and it's cold. And it's not like his blood's a different color or anything. He's still got it's still the expected crimson when it meets the oxygen and everything.
Al, if I turn into a zombie, please kill me.
I'll try my best. Does anybody know how to apply a proper bandage, pressure, and everything?
Sure. I'll apply pressure.
Or
Do
you
I
apply.
feel
Let me know when you're
do
ready.
I feel the pressure?
You do.
So when I
Not,
put pressure on, I'm going to try to cast remove curse when I touch him.
Okay. Go for it. I'm trying to remember what's the components for curse. Excuse me.
Um,
One dwarf.
it doesn't.
I don't
Yeah,
think it has any actually. That's
it
what I'm.
doesn't. It's just
Okay.
verbal, somatic,
Okay.
and touch, instantaneous.
All right. So yeah, yeah, there we go. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure.
Nice.
So go ahead and mark off that spell slot.
Yep.
You go to put a pressure. Yeah, Dragnar, you feel it. It's not like your shoulder or your collarbone or whatever is numbed out. It's not like that. You feel everything. It's just colder to the touch, and Sej, as you apply your hand there, it's striking. It's cold. Like it's, you're expecting a chill maybe, but it's cold, cold. And you channel a little bit of that warmth into it, and you see the veins that are blackened light up with the radiant like glow as the remove curse is starting to set in, and rapidly the blackness goes away, and Dregnar's skin seems to be back on his normal skin tone and color, a little bit red and bruised, and there's obviously the opening, the cut, and you can kind of see that it seems to be okay. You can give me a medicine check if you really want to.
Sure. Totally forgot to pop out my thing again. Every week.
All good. Yeah, I almost left the apartment without dice. I was like, yeah. It.
Pretty good. Wow.
It's like,
Yeah.
hey, you impressed yourself. You're like, oh damn.
Was that a 19? Holy shit.
Yeah, 19. For 23 total. Yeah, you're. Yeah, it looks good. It's still, like I said, beat up and bruised, but there's no black. The radiant warmth took in. Looked like it cleared up the black, the off coloring. It's still bleeding a little bit, but it's got its warmth
Ragnar,
back.
go with me on this? I think you just need a little bit more sunlight in your life. You know what I mean?
I kind of look at him and go, and you could have done this the entire time?
I don't know what I just did. I just applied some warmth to the area that needed it, it felt like. Seems good to me now, though. That did the trick, whatever it was.
Well,
One hell of a bandage.
yeah. Does it feel all right, Adam?
Honestly, I think
alright.
it was all Al. Al did that.
I was trying to get the bandages tight. I don't know.
And you did perfect. See? Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
I guess it does. What? Wait. Sure. Wait. Can I roll anything against that?
I mean, his
Insight.
passive
Insight.
deception is really bad. Actually, it's not that
Yeah.
bad. It's 11.
I mean,
Passive
if
insight or roll?
you can roll. If you're ever gonna ask, I'm gonna make you roll.
Yeah.
Because
Nice.
like you're actively true.
Total of 5.
Yeah. Damn, I did great.
Man,
Al, you are the greatest healer in the lands.
The
I did let
new
the.
party healer is Al.
All right. Well, glad I could help.
Wait, we had a party healer.
This is a good time.
You got a real knack at this. Maybe you should volunteer at like a local hospice.
Whoa.
You know, with all your free time, adventuring and all.
Right.
Whatever free time I can find. Yeah. Yeah, for the greater good. Okay. I might
For
have
the
to start learning
greater
some better.
good.
So
Or get more into medicine.
as this few moments kind of pass and Dragnar, you're feeling better, voice. Excuse me, sonnies. Are you interested in scooping a fish or just blocking my stand?
I'll slap Al. I told you to get out the way, and I'll start walking down the street.
Ah,
Hey.
shit. What kind of fish you got?
It's you try to scoop it. If you can scoop it on the, and he's kind of showing you. It eventually looks like a small like butterfly net, but where the net is supposed to be, it's replaced by a thin piece of parchment. And you look in there, and there's like all various different types of fish just swimming around in this little bucket essentially. Like there's like beautiful colored I'm not gonna say like beta fish because we don't want the beta fish killing each other, but essentially like different types of colored fish, goldfish, etc.
Did
He's
he
like,
physically dip the net and successfully get a fish when he was showing, or did he just?
no, he's just holding it. He's like,
I'm gonna
you
reach
just
in
try
and try
to.
and grab one with my bare hands. I'm noodling.
They're little fish. That's
Oh,
the
I don't
thing. But
care.
go ahead. Yeah.
So just a
Dexterity
dex,
check.
just a dex.
Yeah, dex check.
No proficiency. I assume. I don't know. Maybe. No,
Uh,
Fishing.
no, definitely not. It didn't matter anyway. I rolled a
not.
4, so.
Yeah. He's just like reaches like, excuse me, son. No. You use the
You said scoop a fish.
with the paddles, honey. And if you
You don't
hold
scoop a
it,
fish with a paddle. You use a net.
it's part of the game. Mm.
Oh, it's a game. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted.
You actually look like you've been out in the sun all day. Is he okay?
We're all just fine, doing great.
Okay.
I'll
But
splash
yes,
some of the
One step
water on
at a
my
time.
face. I'll splash some of the water on my face too.
Is it steaming?
Just like cool
no.
off.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, there's a few dozen fish in there of all various different sizes. Like none of them are larger than like I think the largest one's probably about the size of like a fist. Nothing huge. He's like, okay. Well, happy Festival of Colors. I'll be here should you be interested in scooping a fish. I got prizes. And he just starts, pointing behind, and there's various collection of things.
Uh, Lovely Stan, thank you for your time. Sorry for taking up some space, and I'm gonna put a silver on his counter.
Very generous of you, Sonny. Happy Festival of Colors.
Happy Festival of Colors.
Okay. You guys are able to continue your travel southward down the caravan straits. So, for those of you who don't recall, this open area kind of represents the college. This is the caravan straits, this leather winding road, and then so y'all are able to navigate down it. Welcome back, James. So where is the destination?
I'm gonna drop one more line to Dragnar. If you find any medical professionals, cosmetic, physical, magical, doesn't matter. Can you let me know? I'm gonna keep an eye out too. I need need a little work done, and I was gonna use his hand and kind of circle his face, remarking to the tentacle incident.
Ooh.
I keep this up as long as I can, but I just wanna fix what I can.
Sounds good. You see, are you actually removing the
No,
disguise self for a moment? No, okay, got it.
nah.
Got it. All right. So as your eclectic group is traveling down, there are through Whitlaw. This is really the first time that your eclectic group doesn't feel so out of place and eclectic. There are all manner of kinds of individuals here: orcs, half orcs, dragonborn, lizard folk off to the way, um, different types of feather folk, halflings, gnomes, Goliaths, Genasies, just pretty much everything you can imagine. So a group of your diversity isn't actually that odd. Um, Again, still seeing all manner of different carts, people selling foods, beverages, lanterns for the coming releasing of the lanterns in the following evening. Yeah, because you guys, it's Friday. This is Saturday. Yeah, tomorrow Sunday. Um, yeah, it's just a whole bunch. As you're starting to venture further and further away from the Lyceum ward or district, the sounds of like the various individuals playing music and singing definitely goes down and is being more replaced by the rowdiness and rambunctiousness of people in the festival. But you do manage to get essentially to the intersection where the Caravan Straits meets essentially the Pedal District, and you know that Tabards is very close by should you wish to go there or do whatever else. So I believe the destination was Tabards. So traveling,
Yeah.
you as a group, you takes a moment to kind of find the location. However, it's just because again, it's just such a not obvious location. Seemingly just taking up a corner on a building. There is the sign that does, once you see it, does stand out, and it's well, it would probably stand out more if it wasn't this time of year with the festival colors. But it's painted beautifully. Tabards, tantalizing trove, in gold letters, a large sign that's hanging off the side of the building with various intricate beading and streamers that seem to be part of the initial sign, and the large windows facing the street itself, however, with the curtains mostly closed, still looking rather fine as you look in. As you go to approach the door, you go to turn the knob. The knob itself is essentially like a cat's paw, and as you turn it, you hear the clicking, and you open, and you see before you the same, uh, well, very colorful, enchanting, multi again space that probably shouldn't fit here. It's kind of hard. Like it feels off, but maybe it works. And then all the way down at the end, you do see the high set chair with the familiar little elven lady with golden hair and large ears.
Tana,
Ah,
we're back.
you're back. Welcome back. I was a little bit okay. Midday, not too bad.
I'm gonna turn to
Uh,
the party and whisper kind of under my breath where he can't see my lips. Say, keep your wits about you, friends.
welcome, welcome. I know Tabard said you'd be back. I didn't actually believe him. I felt that we didn't get on the best foot, but hey, what's up? Um, by the way, your glaive melted, but it didn't damage anything. I'm just letting you know, it melted.
Yeah,
Not our
I'm
fault.
sorry. I forgot that I left it. It does. It just goes away after a while.
I figured when I rushed over, expecting to put out a fire, that there was no fire, that it was part of the enchantment. That's cool. That's really cool.
Now, is that
Just
necklace you had earlier enchanted or at all?
necklace. Oh, the one that got your fancy. And she just points at it. Yes, all three of those happen to be enchanted.
What kind of enchantment? I'm sorry, I'm
Uh,
just making small talk right through the door. It's very rude of me.
no, it's okay. Just come on in, please. Close the door after yourselves.
I start to let other people through the door.
Okay. Yeah, it's the eclectic odors in here of old things, different types of metals, different types of books, parchment, plants. It's a it's not an assault on the senses, but it's definitely a mix of smells in here. The light is coming through, again, not nearly as lit as you would expect from these large windows, but there are candles illuminating, hanging lanterns, the like. Um, and she says, "Well, I have informed Tabard that you're here. By all means, please look around. If there's anything I can help you with, I will just be parked right here."
Is there anybody else in here?
No. No, not right now.
You don't happen to have a bag of beans, do you?
A bag of beans. Are you hungry? Are you looking to grow something?
I like magical beans. I like magical things that do weird, unexpected things.
Let me check. And you see her kind of. It's an odd request. She again. There's this like essentially a golden call, like a scepter kind of looking thing. That's at the end of it's got this orb, and she looks at it, and the orb begins to like a light begins to swell in it, and then flash. And she says, okay, go ahead and roll me a d20, Mister Rock."
Okie dokie. That's a 5.
5. She's like, we do not have one. However, I am aware of a few collectors that may. Would you like me to send word? And
Oh, absolutely.
okay, I am to understand you were talking about like the bag of assorted beans that does things, correct? The enchanted
Yeah.
version.
Yeah, you get many different effects out of it. I've heard of it. I've never seen one, but I don't know. Magic things just appeal to me,
All
especially
right.
when it's like a grab bag of fun.
Rock,
Quite
you're a grab
literally,
bag
if
of
I
fun, Rock.
Is
okay.
that what you call your bag of holding?
Oh, that is a bag of pain.
Yeah, no, because I would encourage people to grab it, and then I'd feel
Did,
bad.
did I hear bag of? Are you guys looking bag of holdings? I mean, that's a fairly. We have a various collection of other types of bags, especially used for storage.
Sure.
We had one of those, but
Sure, sure.
What do you got?
hey, still very upset about that.
Well, I'm sure we have at least one bag of holding, if not that, if not another. I'm pretty sure Tabard was able to acquire an oversized bag of holding. Basically, your standard, just a few creative artisans got together and managed to enchant a larger version. There's also some coin pouches, and I believe there's a set of pouches that share a common space. If I'm not mistaken. I'm assuming y'all have been all exposed. Yeah, obviously you've spoke to Tabard. Of course you're exposed to magic. So it's basically you can like reach in one
Yeah, you
pouch and.
literally were complaining about my glaive melting onto
I
the
know. I'm sorry. It's. Forgive me.
so it's okay.
I mean, it looks pretty unique, so
No. I didn't get a good look at it. I just got a
I
look of
summon it
the.
immediately.
Ooh, does a little. Just like at the mid
There you
sentence. And then just the constellation kind of.
Yeah, I'll actually hand it to her.
You hand it to her. She's like, ooh,
Yeah.
that's heavy. Oh. Ah. She's like, it's way large. She's very small for being an
Okay.
elf. She's like, I'm just gonna. That's very cool. Um, and she tries to very cautiously hand it back to you, making sure she doesn't point the sharp bit at you.
Grab it with one hand.
She's like, "Yeesh. Someone works out a lot. But yeah, but yeah, in short, she kind of explains some of the bags. They have bags of holding. They have an oversized bag of holding. They have. I need to find the name of the item. I think it's like a bag of transference or something like that.
Is that the shared one?
Essentially, well, the concept of it is she explains it to you is there's two pouches, and it can be so they can be shared amongst two people, and one person can put something in one pouch, and the other person can retrieve it, and vice versa, and it shares like the same dimensional space. Can't necessarily transfer a lot, but that acts like kind of like the same pouch, but it is basically like a wormhole pouch. I guess you would look at it that way.
That's kind of neat. Multiple ways to pull out of the same bag.
Yeah, she's just.
Is there a distance limitation, or can you just be anywhere and be able to do it? Like, say, for instance, if we had one and I was 500 miles away, would that matter?
As far as I'm aware, my understanding of the enchantment is as long as you're on the same plane of existence, you reach into the same demi space. As long as they're on the same plane, then they can both reach into the same demi space. I don't actually understand how it works when you get on a different plane. I think it's shut off.
I think we should. No, I'm metagaming. That's funny. Sorry. Out of game, my idea: mass transit for pixies.
Maybe living
Whoa.
things can't go in. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Sorry,
that'd be-
I was just like,
I don't know if I want to be that associated with the Feywild, right? We're gonna be the founders of the Feywild subway system.
Yep.
or you cast reduce and then put somebody in, and then go to the other side and you cast enlarge on them.
Oh my god.
As she's explaining it, like, yeah.
Doesn't make you small enough. You only go down a little.
I-
Down.
Damn it.
Sometimes it's hard to turn the metagame off. So
I get
anyway, it's still to Tam. That's still a very cool idea. It's very cool. I like
Yeah.
that. What would
I mean,
something
yeah.
like that cost?
Oh, I knew you guys were gonna come here, and I didn't open up my chart.
So it's free then.
Yeah.
Must be free.
No, unfortunately,
10 copper.
Well,
materia.
It turns out that storekeepers in D&D hate that joke just as much as real people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
Um,
out.
So while he's doing that, guys, out of game, we do have some extra items that we aren't using. Like, don't we still have the Hydra Heart?
something
Oh,
ate
that's
that.
right. That's right. That's right. But we do have the Hearthstone.
She, yeah.
So I don't know if that was something we may want to get rid of as a group in case somebody wanted to get something here. I'm all right with it because I don't think I'm going to attune to it again, just because Dreg's got a bad taste in his mouth with the hag and then the heart and then the whole turning into a zombie type thing.
Yeah, that thing hurts. I'm over it too. As cool as it was.
Yeah, it's very cool, but it hurts a lot. So unless somebody wants it, I'm not opposed to using it as trade fodder for items here.
Hey,
Barter.
that's cool of you.
All right.
I don't want to be a hag.
I don't want to be a hag. I don't want to. All right. Where? I guess I didn't make this item. I'll have to make the item for the bag, but I know what it is 'cause I exist. I know I have it written down. I just didn't actually make it in D&D Beyond. She'll say, well, typically one of these will go for 1,500 or so gold, as you
Oh,
are
that's it?
getting. Yeah, it's a pair of bags in the dimensional space.
So how much does that 500 gold item cost again?
1,500 gold.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
She's all genuinely lost. She's like, what? It takes some degree of enchanting, you understand, to be able to connect 2 points to a singular place at all times. Well, essentially all times, as long as you're on the same plane of existence.
Which we're
Yeah,
not
she's already
always on
lost.
the same plane of existence.
No.
We do that.
Yeah.
Well,
All the time. Yeah.
understood.
And is there a shadow in here, Adam?
Yeah, there's lots of shadows constantly
Okay, so
being.
I'll say just like this, and I'll poof poof.
Okay. She's like, that's a neat trick. Where'd you poof to? Beyond her view or something.
Yeah, no, why not? Like I'll go from like one side of the room to the other.
She's like, technically, I think you're still traveling through the same plane, and if you're not, that's pretty cool.
I'm stepping from one shadow to the next.
It's pretty cool. That's a nice trick. I wish I could do that. That would be a really easy way to get away from awkward situations.
And then we also, I just want to get rid of it, guys. We also have this, and I'll pull out the Hearthstone and put it down on the table.
The hacks, the okay.
The hack, yeah, the
Yeah, yeah.
Hearthstone, right?
She's like,
Speaking of
oh,
conventions,
that's really pretty, and because it is
Magical.
like, yeah, it's a very nice, cut stone. And you see here, she kind of takes a pair of spectacles, puts them on, and it's got main lenses, and then kind of like you see with like tinkerer's lenses, where they have multiple ones on the side. She starts flipping through, and you see different lenses, kind of, and she removes a lens, puts another lens, and just various different colors. And she's like, uh huh, uh huh. I mean, makes sense. Your story about the hags. This seems like a pretty nasty little bit of. You realize things have to die to make this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is making sure.
Well, I would think someone like Cabot would probably want this, like for maybe a personal collection or something, since its origins aren't always the nicest.
No, this. It's very interesting. It's very let me
Wait, Tim,
jot it.
what do you mean things have to die to make this? We just found it. We didn't kill anything to make it.
No, I'm not saying you killed it. I'm saying. Really? Okay. To create a Hearthstone.
So you know exactly what
Okay.
this is.
I had to confirm it, but yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of my job to
No,
know
I
things.
just wasn't sure how rare these things were, that's all.
Rare. In mortal hands, rare. Hags will kill you before they give this thing up.
Yeah.
Or get killed.
Right. Yeah. That.
They died first.
I understand. Again, so it amplifies their abilities. It makes them stronger. They have to kill and take souls and craft it into dark. I'm glad that you.
Well, they're
It
not gonna
should
make any
be.
more. So.
I mean, there's still
Well,
lots
no.
of
I mean,
hags out in the
those
world.
particular ones aren't.
Those
What?
9 will
'Cause we-
never make one again.
Right. We can.
9.
Yep.
So that's okay. I did. I thought I had earwax when I heard you just. 9's impressive. That's actually more than a hag for each of you. Nicely done. That's actually pretty crazy. Huh. But yeah, and you see she grabs a like a linen cloth. A fairly nice one actually. I should more like a silk cloth and puts it over the stone as she's like moving it off to the, just not away but off to the side. Just kind of putting it there. Yeah. Souls have to go into the crafting of that.
So what's it worth?
I'd have to talk to Tabard. I don't.
Do you really have to talk to Tabard?
That's black book material. Sorry.
Well, let's put it like this. If you were going to buy it, what would you give for it?
Nothing. I don't want it. It's
Ah.
scary.
Gotcha.
I mean, it allows you to travel between planes. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, you can do that in many other ways. I know.
Okay.
No.
Well, we'll leave it here. That way, I don't know when Tabard's going to be here. That way, if he wants to look at it and determine if it's something he's interested in.
Oh, he's here. I said. He's
Oh,
getting
okay.
ready. He's just. I think he.
I'll look at Al and go, I understand.
He's powdering his whiskers.
Honestly, I think. I think something y'all said yesterday shook him. Did I? He really.
He
didn't
did
leave.
seem, yeah, like he kind of got real quiet and yeah.
What did you? Am I allowed to pry? I mean, he's my boss. And more than my boss, he's my friend. What were you discussing?
Actually, out of character, I don't remember the specific thing it was. So,
I don't remember.
So he showed you the scroll, right?
right, about the greed. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Oh, was it just because we mentioned hags? I don't know.
Mentioned something.
Actually, let me
even
see if
I'm
I
trying
can-
to remember what
Yeah, I'm trying to
flipped
go
him
back
off.
at my
There was
notes.
something.
I always thought it was an item, an object.
And I thought it because of the
Oh,
glaive.
Mad
You
Titan.
guys showed
Mad
him?
Titan. It was the Mad Titan.
Yeah, there's a discussion. That's
Yes.
what it was. It was a discussion of the Mad Titan. That's what it was. Yeah. I was trying to remember.
Hooray for notes.
Yeah, thank you. Because I knew it was something to do with the ritual. I couldn't remember what aspect of it. And I was like, duh,
So
Mad
yeah, I'll
Titan.
mention that. I'll be like, well, I mean, those silly hags. We told them that they were basically fooled into trying to do this stupid ritual by the Mad Titan, and then he got all quiet about it. It was really weird. I think it's the Mad Titan, right? And then I'll look at Al. I was like, that was that.
She grabs another symbol that you see kind of like hanging closer to her, which has got the 11-pointed star. You mean that Mad Titan? She's just pointing to one of the little legs on the star. That Mad Titan?
I'll look back
That-
at the group like, yeah, I think, right?
Yeah, it was a lot. We just got the presents. Would not recommend it.
Okay.
Oh, what is she pointing at?
The understood symbol of the pantheon. It's It's the 11-pointed star, and each point represents one of the deities of the pantheon. So
The symbol. It's so recognizable. I'm gonna turn to Dregnar and just it's not recognizable at all to what I saw.
I'll be like, yeah, I didn't see that. I saw some dude's face.
They're in the moon,
Mhm.
I think, right? In the moon, which was like where the sun was supposed to be, because it was like midday.
That sounds like it was a lot of magic in one
Yeah.
mix.
The
I heard
Too-
rumors that there's
too
still
much.
Okay.
Yeah, like the ground was floating. It's cool. It was like crazy.
I hear it's still floating.
Is it? I mean, it was when we left, but I thought it might have
Yeah.
started to go down. But I guess we were there for a
There
while
are
and it hadn't gone.
parts. There are parts that are still floating craters, more towards near where Ground Zero was, but they're getting that. It's coming back to terms. Nature is returning to its natural order slowly.
Okay.
I thought it wasn't gonna. I thought it was gonna float forever.
Yeah, no, no, no.
I know of it.
Rock, you know it's gonna take an extremely long time, if ever, for some of those Earth motes to come back down.
Yeah, I had asked on this before. Yeah, guys, it's I don't know if that's true, Saj. It's gonna float for a very very long time. That amount of magic and that upheaval and everything that happened there, the word it doesn't just go back to normal. It is normal now. It is what it is.
Oh crap! Like longer on us? Gonna be that
I
way?
mean,
Presumably, yeah, I think that's what he's saying.
Dang.
it's like
Well,
y'all
the
have.
Green Hill people are really resilient people, so I have faith in them. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Think of all the
Yeah.
like things they can do. They can have like zip lines and stuff now.
Ooh. This could be a hell of a tourist attraction when they're done with that place. It's gonna be great. We gotta drop by there in a few months.
She just like is nodding. She's like, oh, okay, okay. But yes, please, as Tabard's getting ready, look around. Titan, I see why you definitely put him in a foul mood. Um, there's a variety of things assisting you in survival out in the world, weaponry, arms, uh, religious iconography, whatever you're looking for. Things for smuggling, things for breaking and entering.
Now, Tam Tam,
Mm.
what I'm looking for, if do you have anything under or for enlightenment or discovery, something that will go along with my monk traditions? Out of game, using the role I had previously, at 20, you told me to figure something out.
Mm-hmm. So, you haven't like anything, and this is my chance to ask you a particularly item, or is there just like, because I can come up, I have a few ideas of things.
Well, the only thing I can really think of is something that would allow me to get to my next ability with the Shadow Walkers.
Okay,
But if you have something else, I'm cool with that too. It doesn't really matter.
gotcha. Okay,
Whatever you think is going to add the best to the game.
yeah, okay, that's what I was just wondering. She's like, well, all right, one moment, and you see she kind of hops down. It's like, might as well give you the tour, and she's gonna. When I say she's small for an elf, I mean she's like 4 foot and 10 inches. She's a pretty small elf. Starts walking. However, walks normal. There's no like seeming injury or that. She walks by you. She kind of walks by. And she sits here. She's like, "Well, so there is this, and it's this silken sash essentially that she shows you. Uh, apparently spun from some rare silks, which allows it to hold the enchantment very well. It's essentially uh, it allows you to harness your inner energy better, and if I'm not mistaken, allows you to push your life energy further.
Hmm.
Essentially, it's a belt that way she describes it, it will allow you to once per long rest, or once per day, I should say, recharge your monk die worth of key points as a bonus action.
Oh, nice.
So it could be one, it could be, up to 10 eventually.
Yeah, but that's still really cool. Any bonus is cool. So I'll like, oh, let me see that, please. And I'm gonna like
Okay.
investigate it and see if there's like any insignia or any monastery
It's
markings
interest.
or anything, or just kind of like looking at it.
Yeah. So as you go and grab it, it is a like this regular. Let's just kind of call it like this neutral, almost like gray color. And whoever's with Dregnar, and Dregnar, as you go and grab it, where your hands are, it begins to dye the sash black, and it spreads, and it in your hands becomes a black sash.
Oh. I look at Tam Tam. Is that normal?
It reacts to the individual.
Ah.
At
Very
the mention of silk, I would definitely step closer. Is it
Okay.
recognizable at all? Any properties, anything?
It looks like a
Familiar,
really,
rather.
really. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Give me a history check with advantage, I guess.
Advantage.
Yeah, because you know what you're looking for.
Oh, my bonus. 24.
Damn.
In this case, no, because the threads are so fine.
Ooh, this is
They're
quality. I'll.
they're yeah,
I won't say that out loud.
but super fine threads. Um, but yeah, I know what you're looking for, Alan. Is like, no, not what you're expecting, but super
Okay.
fine.
Something.
Yeah, something else. From a different source. But yeah, Dregnar, it reacts to you holding it, and it kind of matches your shadowy demeanor, I would say.
Gotcha. So Tam Tam, what would the friend price? Since you said we were friends, right? We're friends, right? What would the friend
Yes.
price for this be?
Well, I would imagine that we would be able to part with it fairly easily for. Oh, she looks it over. Let's put a discount on it of 20%. I'm just doing math real quick. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, come on. I want a percent, please.
If you tell me what it
Swear I know how
costs, I
to
can
type.
give you the 20% discount.
All right, you're good. It'll be about 1,200 or so.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm definitely interested, but I want to see what Tabard would offer for these Hearthstone first. Because I don't want to use up the majority of the money, because that is something that we found as a group, and I want to make sure that everyone gets something that they want or need.
Okay, I just want to check real quick. As DM to the players, are you guys aware of how much you have?
A gold?
I think I have 10 gold.
I have 7 gold.
No.
I have.
What?
I got
The
13 platinum and 14 gold.
the satchel,
Oh, wait.
the cursed gems. Have y'all?
Oh
I
yeah,
have 18 gold.
I have 10. No, I have 2
I
platinum,
am not the
29 gold.
CFO. I am not the CFO, so I
Yeah,
don't know.
I know.
I can't
Alright.
remember. No, again, I had it. I thought I had written it. I thought it was either 1,000 or 10,000.
I'm the CPO, the chief punching officer.
Yeah, I get you.
Don't tell the party that I have a ton of gems in my pockets.
No, I get
We've
you.
seen
Don't
some of
worry,
them.
no.
Okay.
No. I'm just saying. So, real quick. Just it's up to you guys how you want to share this, but I'm gonna drop some people real quick.
Oh,
I have chosen.
I am chosen.
Am I just here for the stream?
Wait,
We'll find out
are
soon.
we chosen or
Oh,
are we
wait,
the
Adam's not here.
unchosen?
Oh, wait, am I just here
Oh,
for
no,
the
we're the
stream, or
chosen.
am I here
No.
for me?
We're the chosen.
It's for all of you.
Oh, okay.
It's
All those other scrubs.
well, they weren't there for the bag. It's
Oh,
at
true,
least
true.
10,000 gold.
Wait, how much?
10K?
10,000, 10K, like what
10,000.
Rock said. It's at
What
least
the
10K.
fuck?
I thought it was 10,000, but then I was like, that sounds too much, and I didn't write it down. So then in my
Yes.
head, I made it 1,000.
It is like fine gold jewelry, gems. Like it is. It's a treasure. It's at least 10,000.
No tip.
Oh
What
shit,
you're
dude.
saying is, Rock's gonna get a bag of beans.
Well, and I guess
I-
my thing is I think that that's great, but I'm trying to get rid of the Hearthstone because I know it's evil.
Yeah.
So I'm offering that first before we spend something that we can spend anywhere. But then again, because the way Drake feels a certain way about money, so he doesn't want to,
flaunt
or grab
Hoard.
something and
Understood.
hoard or whatever. Yeah.
Understood. I'm just letting you know. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
is.
Yo, y'all
It
rich.
is. You guys
Oh,
have. Yeah.
Does Al have it or do I have it?
I gave it back. I just had it to talk to Meeker. No.
Uh.
Meeker never took it.
Meeker never took it. You guys have it
like
on your
Rock has
person.
it?
It's
And-
one of you has it.
I
Doesn't
have
matter.
technically Bag of Blind Greed cursed in my inventory, but I don't think I necessarily have it.
That's also not including the relics and stuff that we got from Zarya.
Yeah, you guys have no idea of that value, and
We know the
that's
Tabard wants them.
Yeah.
Have we?
And
Those are
and
still sitting somewhere, aren't they? We gotta find
I-
those.
the cleft, whatever. And my thing
Cool.
is if we want to have traveling money, this is James, not Drake.
Mhm.
I would say keep the jewels and stuff like that because they're easy to carry and they're worth a lot. So we may want to dump off items that we don't want to keep anymore, and or items that are too bulky to carry. And since
And-
Tabard wants them, why not?
Don't
Right,
forget about my most valuable item. I got a jar with a thumb in it.
True. Also, we should
Hell
probably
yeah.
go back up now, I think.
Yeah, so I would say that's the only thing. I just wanted to make sure that you guys remember. You guys can share with the other guys as much as you want. I'm just letting you know
Right.
it is easily. If we're just gonna say like a round number that's easy to throw at, we're just gonna start at 10,000. Y'all can haggle, but it's 10,000.
Okay.
Cool. All right, go ahead and just move yourselves up if you don't mind.
I think I'm unequipped on armor because I have thick skin.
Hello.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hello.
I cast Fireball at Sedge. Ha ha ha!
Sedge, Sedge, as the fireball comes flying at you, you instinctively suck in your trunk and just swallow the fireball, and
It's
no
crazy.
effect.
It's crazy.
can I
No.
grapple Sedge
That was
first?
cool.
That's not
Spicy
cool.
meatball.
Adam, the plan was I was going to grab the projectile and throw it back to Rock.
Well, Sedge has faster reflexes for you because
Damn
it has to deal with heat. If it didn't have to
Damn
deal
it.
with heat in the sun, you'd win.
Oh,
That's
it's
it.
tiny sun. Damn it.
He was like, "Ooh, sun, mine." It's just- so, sorry,
Guys,
I
you're
was just
badass. That was cool.
Should have known.
Do it again.
okay. Sorry, guys, I was just clearing up any confusion that they might have had. So yeah, she says, yeah, I'll set it aside for you, Master Dregnar, and she'll kind of put it. She'll walk by you and kind of put it on the desk.
When she says Master Dregnar, anyone can notice that I'll get noticeably uncomfortable and say Dregnar's fine.
Yeah, no, he's not a master. I'll audibly say. Actually, this whole time, I figured Davis is literally just like sitting on this counter. I'm sure she's walked up and like done some stuff,
Mhm.
but I'm just sitting back here and just fucking around my
Yeah.
glaive, just like a little kid, like swinging my legs back and forth, but like listening in still.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's not a master.
Gotcha. It's like, pardon me. It's just being formal. Forgive me.
I'm
It's
definitely-
it's fine.
Sorry.
Just Dregnar, that's fine.
Okay.
I am definitely wandering around and touching literally everything.
Roll 16 wisdom saves.
No, I mean, like, CJ, there's quite literally a collection of. I wouldn't say like every magic item, obviously, but like there is so many magic items and non-magic items mixed up. There's old tomes, old scrolls, just random vases. There's collection of, mummified, like another mummified arm or something. This is a trove of things. Trove to the max.
Hey,
Various holy symbols, yeah.
hey, lady. Tam Tam?
Tam.
Hey, Tam Tam. Do you sell spells? I'm looking for a very specific spell.
Yes, and if we can't, we know many individuals that do transcribe.
I'm gonna nudge Rock in the shoulder. Hey, Rock.
Here, I'll find Davis. He's got this neat trick he can do where he disarms people. And I was thinking, and actually he kind of told me about it. But there's a spell where I can fling whatever he just disarms someone far away, so then they won't be able to get their weapons back. You don't have a spell like that, do you?
I'll also yell out, I'll be like, I think Karos can do something like that too.
Yeah, I'm like it's like be like a cool thing to do to really piss someone off.
Interesting. Like a projectile spell?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. So out of the, are you looking for catapult? Is that what you're looking
Yeah.
for?
Yeah.
It's like, one moment, and she doesn't walk all the way. Actually, Davis, you're at her desk,
Oh, yeah,
right? Kind of
just
sitting
sitting
there. So like, Davis, that purple bound tome, the fat one. Could you hand that to me, please?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I'll even like stand up on top of the desk or whatever to get it.
Yeah. So you get it, and she just kind of plops it next to you and opens it, and she's like, All right, it's gonna take her a moment to search. So, anyone else looking for anything? Cool. She'll be like, all right, yes, I believe there is a rather basic, a pretty basic, arcane feat. Yeah. Uh, All right, and she'll kind of tell you, the glass case, the one with the gold handle that looks kind of like a crane. Can you? And she's pointing to you, Rock, and you're able to walk over there if you wish. Open that case.
Okay, I do so.
Third scroll on the top shelf.
Okay, I grab it.
Okay. And you are able to open it, look it over. Your passive arcana would be like, man, that seems like what you're looking for.
Hey, so I made a spell. I didn't really name it. Did I name it? I mean, it has a name, but
It's just
I
right now
made a
rock
spell.
barrier. Yeah.
Yeah, which is it's kind of like a protection spell that because a lot of people get hurt around us, and I was just tired of it. Do you buy spells? Like I could teach it to you guys. We could do a I trade you one of mine. You trade me. I mean, seems like a really low level spell. Maybe a couple of yours, or
Oh,
this and a bag of beans. Like, how does that work? Do you guys want to learn new stuff?
perhaps, but right now, none of us here are actually scribes in spells. We have sources where people either come and trade for them, collect them, bring them into our, bring them to us, or we have them ordered from individuals that we have within our network that are able to help. This Tabard's met quite a number of um, eccentric wizards and gifted mages over his lifetime. I'm sure if it is a new magic, he'd be interested in learning it, or at least having you transcribe it for him.
Yeah, sure. Get me in touch with the person. But for now, then, how much for the just this one spell?
Okay. Selling. I need to
And,
see. This is just a regular. It's a
and
first level spell.
if you can guarantee me a bag of beans shows up in a week or so while we're here, I'll just pay for everything now.
I'd rather. I'd like to make that guarantee. I'm not in place to make that.
You have
How?
a very trustworthy face.
I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so I'm trying to do the quick math. So it is for a wizard to transcribe a spell scroll. I think it's what? It's 50 gold per and 2 hours per. It's 50
Per
gold an
level.
hour. Yeah, I just want to find it what it actually says in D&D Beyond.
Copying a spell into a book. Wizard, blah, blah, blah. You can
Yeah,
copy it. For
I know you
each
can.
level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold
50 gold.
pieces.
Except for
Okay.
like if
It
it's part of
represents the whatever,
divination
whatever.
Yeah,
skill, I guess you would have.
but we're not. Yeah, but he's not determined. So it would have, so in this case, it would have cost the person 100 gold plus a mark, to well, it's first level, so the markup would be like a spell. She'd be like, I can probably with friend discount, 70 gold part with that scroll.
Done. I'll how many that's 7 platinum.
7 platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I will give her 7 platinum, and I'll
Okay.
give her 1 extra gold piece just for her. Like, thank you very
Okay.
much. You're a very nice person.
Thank you, and so are you, and have fun. I guess pissing people off with that.
I don't want to hurt anyone anymore, but if I can stop people from hurting people, that's my new goal in life.
Aw, that's noble of you. I guess that makes sense why your other spell is protection. Do you focus in abjuration then?
No.
Oh.
I don't really focus at anything, I don't think. I kind of was just given this book. I'll hold up my book. And at first it was unreadable, and I didn't really know what to do with it. But then this nice lady in Volpine, was it? was like, "Hey, that's actually a wizard book, and you should learn these things in it." And all
Wasn't
of a
it
sudden,
like
I could
Grissa
read
or
it,
something?
and hmm?
Who was it? Was it Grissa? No.
It was Grissa. Yeah, it was Grissa,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Wasn't it?
wasn't it?
It was Navori who was calling you a shitty wizard.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, Navori. Yeah, it was Navori.
She
Oh
was
no.
frustrated with you. She's like, "What the hell? How are you a wizard?"
And at the same time, like I had a bird, and I thought it was like a bird. I thought it was, I don't know. A lot of weird things happen to me. So I don't know. But I don't want to
Okay.
hurt people. Too many people get hurt around us. So now I just help.
All right. Well, listen. Awesome. I made note that you're interested. Thank you for the exchange. Also, we do have, since you are adventurers, I should mention, we do have manners of consumables and potions in case you are getting into a fray. Uh, Sedge, was it? You were asking about that pendant. It's essentially some sort of religious relic. I don't completely know the nature of it. I just see that it's fundamental in nature. I don't really know what that note means. I'm sorry.
It smells like home.
It's a it's a pretty significant piece from what I understand. Since you were not here, Rock, if you want to, if you're at all curious, you can give me a history or religion check. No, sorry, religion check on. It's essentially this pendant medallion. It's a perfect square, and it is a diamond that is, of course, another equal, a perfect square.
'Cause I got a 14.
14. Yeah, yeah. Not nothing that strikes you. No, just looks like a nice pendant.
Shiny.
Mm. Oh, and I would say, just for the sake of it, if you guys are gonna say I cast detect magic in here, mark up the spell slot.
And you go
There's
blind.
pings everywhere. Yeah, it's just like, for the sake of it, it would be overwhelming to your senses. There's a lot of magic in here.
Yeah, I was avoiding that for that reason.
All
I
right,
remember
perfect.
swamp headaches.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Would
nudge
you like to
Rock.
try and then be like, and then cancel it?
gotcha. Al, if you do actually give it a try, mark up the spell slot. This entire room, the space you are in, is magic. So confirming the theory that you're in a different space.
The space. Okay.
The building itself is magic.
Right. Because was it me who noticed the windows on the way out last
Yeah.
night?
One of y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was you. But you are for sure in this space, as Dragnar's hunch was, or James's hunch was. The space is extra dimensional. It does not fit here.
Okay.
So yeah, it's one of those. Okay, yeah, definitely. Okay.
It's magic.
Yeah. She's like,
Rock.
oh,
Hey, just for funsies.
hmm.
Oh god. Oh god.
No, not that kind of funsies.
Wins.
I'll hold my book in one hand, and I'm gonna grab my little coral piece in my hand, and I'm gonna
Grab the other one. I heard your book and what else?
and my little coral piece that I wear,
Okay, yeah.
and I'm gonna whisper to them. I'm gonna be like, "Hey guys, this like magical shop place with a lot of really, really, really cool things, and you guys have not steered me wrong yet. Is there anything in here that's really, really, really important for us?" And I just wait.
Okay.
You-
I
So does it look like Rock is talking to those two things? Is that what we're saying?
basically.
I mean, I tried to like discreetly in a corner, like kind of.
Oh,
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I got it. Okay,
I mean,
that's fair.
if you're looking at me, I would look.
There is plenty of stuff. So like, I would say no one's really paying too much attention. I guess Davis might be the only one because he's the one that's not very distracted by things.
Yeah, I'm looking at anything that's interesting. I'm not looking
Yeah.
for other things. I'm just looking at everybody
Mhm.
else.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, Rock, I'll let you know if something happens. You're gonna wait for a bit. Is anyone else interested in anything particular? And I would understand, like, if you guys say, I am looking for something that allows me to do blank or augments this or helps me with this. Like, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to have like a specific item in mind. Like, it could be like, I just want something to help me with blank. And
Karos would probably he's probably focused mainly on protection. just
For
because
yourself?
for him, yeah, for himself. As far as in game talk, he's looking to increase his AC.
Got it, AC.
And then would maybe have a secondary interest if something helped with falling.
Like
Like
lessened falling?
so cuz most of the time when he's used his flight, it's always kind of been all right, do this really strong calculation of how far I think I can go and all this and that and whatever. And it'd be nice if he really, really, really had to push it, he could have something to make sure he doesn't just go splat.
Understood. Okay, cool. I'm just checking one thing. I will say one thing for you, Dregnar. The one thing that I forgot is the sash. As long as you are unarmored, also provides a AC bonus.
Oh, nice, nice. Do you have a link for it so I can kind of just look at it as the player?
It's based on this. I needed to make it. Here, I'll just put it in here.
It's all right. Just so I can
Yeah,
kind of look at it.
it's based on that. So Carlos, yeah, she'll be like, and you can see she's like, okay, I'm gonna need some help for that. And you see that she kind of, okay, forgive me. She claps, and you see the various stuffed animals that she has collected here: her teddy bear, her rabbit, her ducky, her turtle duck, other things. They start, as she claps, they start to kind of start to move. All right, I need y'all's help. All right, Teddy, armor section, hops over to the amulets, and she just starts pointing, and you see her stuffed animals start to jump and start walking on by.
I jump back like, what, wait.
They're my assist. They help. They help. They're I control them. Yeah, you guys have magic. I have magic. Why do you think
Yep.
I'm able to mind the store by myself sometimes?
Where's
Yep.
this store located anyway? I know we walked through. It feels like this isn't the same place that we walked in from. You know?
It's in its own little pocket space. I don't know how
So
to
like,
explain it other than that.
so this is your bag of holding.
Only we can breathe in it. It's like a very potent expression of magic where you're able to shape and fold reality to make a space to your liking. Apparently, it took many years for Tabard and his friends to get it the way that they wanted it.
His friends.
Wow.
I
And
got one of my own.
Tabard has connections around. He needed to enlist some of them to lay the arcane
Where
sigils
is
and anchor
Tabard?
points. Like I said, he's in his room. I think he's.
Does he know where Tabard?
He's like I let him know it, but
Okay.
here she'll hand you a basically like another like looking sphere. She's like, here, just give it a flick. It should make it ring in his room. You can see that she's got different orbs around the desk. Like the one that she looks to get knowledge in looks like one's for communication purposes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll flick it and then like put my mouth real close and be like, Tabard, we're here.
And you'll just see like his eye kind of, and
It's
it's like, I
Davis.
know. Yeah, hi. I will be
Me and the
with you
gang are here.
shortly. Tam Tam is entertaining you per my instructions. Please shop, peruse, spend coin. I'll be out. You can see he. Give me an insight check at disadvantage.
Okay. They're both pretty good actually. 18. I rolled
He
13 and a 14.
Nice.
David, he looks tired. He
Aw,
sounds tired. He looks tired.
little kitty's tired.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he did not have a good night.
He was
Based
up
on-
all night investigating how the hell we knew the Mad Titan.
Right, I'm sure. I'll be like, okay, yeah. I mean, I guess I'll get here shortly. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you see like a bunch of these different stuffed animals. There's like a ram, a goat, a bear, a duck, a turtle, just all these bunnies, like they're starting to move around and assist with grabbing things based off your request. Um
Does she have an army of
Sesh.
stuffed animals that helps her?
Yes.
That's
They're all
awesome.
tiny corpses inside of there.
There's actually small fairies inside of each one.
Little
Yes.
Fairy kaiju.
Yeah,
Oh my
basically.
god.
Skeletons of gnome children that she reanimated and put them in stuffed animals, not to creep
They're
people out.
kobolds. There's
And
kobolds inside stuffed animals.
now
Go,
you're starting
Teddy,
to
go.
understand. Now you're starting to understand why there's that heavy scent of perfume in here to
Ah,
cover
yeah.
up the scent of death. You
Because
know.
there's no bathrooms in those things. They're sewn in.
No.
But no, yeah, she's got an army of. You've seen at least half a dozen, if not more, stuffed
Had we
animals.
seen them animated like that before, though?
No, this is the first
Oh,
time. You saw her
nice.
like the first night y'all were there. She was just kind of flicking her teddy bear on the nose and pulling on her rabbit's ear.
Right.
Dragnar is obviously disturbed by this.
She's
These
like,
little teddy bear
Aww.
things. Mm-mm.
I was closer to the counter with him in his armor, and he's walking whatever the fuck. He's like, whoa.
yeah, she's like, don't worry, they just help. They make it so that they're like an extension of me, so I can reach multiple. Okay, that should have warned you. My apologies. Um,
Don't worry about it. These guys, they're a little sensitive.
gotcha.
They've seen
I
some
did-
weird stuff.
I didn't know you could animate so many things at once.
It's
That's
like
great.
a lot of practice, and they're my favorite stuffed animals. I can't pick them, so it makes the bond stronger. They're all my favorite. You can see like she's got like big doe eyes as she's saying that. She's looking at them. Okay. So yeah. Karos. Um. Sure, we can come up with something to help you fall better. Sure, that's easy enough. I'd have to do some research and see if there's anything like baseline. It might be something like where we can derive a strength-based check or something like a monk's slow fall, but based off of like strength or something. We'll figure something out like that. And then you said armor. Armor's pretty simple. There is a section that now that you guys are aware that this is an extra dimensional space, the rabbit hops over to a where there is like a couple pieces of armor and a shield hanging on the wall. But then the rabbit kind of jumps up and like touches a tile, and that tile you hear go like that inset, like the grinding stone sound where it insets, and then you just watch the walls begin to just kind of like collapse and fold out, and then another room just kind of appears, and inside of it is just a collection of various armors of different metals, hides, hues, tones, just armors and shields. And
God, this place is crazy.
Yeah, it's like, you think it's already too big, and then it's like, there's more.
like I said, it took them a lot of time to figure this out.
Like, can they keep making more? Never mind.
I think there's a set number of rooms. They're just not always available to ease the strain of magic. I don't. Again, you'd have to seek them out to figure out what they did. But so yeah. Karos. Okay, so what type of armor are you looking for? Medium, heavy?
I think
Ooh,
he'd
Dragnar.
be open to it. Like he's got medium, he's got the chest piece now, and that's
Mhm.
kind of been fine for him up to this point, but he's also not really hunted
Yeah.
arcane devilish things before. It's like, oh no, I ran into a bear while I was hunting before. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's kind of if he's going to continue this lifestyle, he
Okay.
just needs to be more prepared for things that
Understood. All right. So
be
we
open
get
to looking at different things. He's
okay.
not locked in.
All right. So she will project her voice through the rabbit because she's off to somewhere else, and she'll say, "Okay, so there's really for your type of okay, there's really two types that I think would be interesting in you. There's the lighter type of armor, which I guess you would classify as medium, most of which will not severely impact your movement if you wanted to be, quiet. And then there's the other ones. They're heavy, short of some sort of really, really intricate enchantments are going to impede you when it comes to going around quietly, but uh, tend to provide greater protections. So you're kind of trading off mobility for protection. Essentially, I'll take a snippet. It's in the materia source stock.
Mm-hmm.
We do have like our custom medium and heavy armors, right? That we've kind of come up with.
Okay.
Uh, it's just to kind of add a little bit more diversity to the whole lot.
Gotcha.
So basically, they have essentially almost every base here, even plates. It's just, but think about it, these are base. It's like without the enchantments. So like if you're
Right.
looking for like a +1 or a like a what's it like a Mizian or whatever it is, where it gives you like bonuses, like that's where we have to kind of start negotiating.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I guess like looking at your character sheet, you don't have much dex, so I don't know if you really want to worry about medium. It is going to give you disadvantage on stealth, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you kind of peruse as I just bored someone to death while shopping. He's back. Okay.
Like it's done
Uh,
now. I can come back.
yeah. And
Okay.
the rabbit will kind of say, well, these are like your basic protection ones. They vary in different degrees of our enchantments. Uh, Most of them will just have a slightly more. They'll, help protect you just a little bit more from blunt force trauma. There are some that are made of some unique materials. Uh, just for the sake of it, roll me a d20. The higher you get, the more interesting stuff I'll point out.
Okay.
Just kind of see what they got in stock.
Can Al be along for the ride?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh shit, cars. Okay.
Whoa!
There we go.
That's fine. Yeah. So she
Ba-ba-ba-bam.
nicely done. So she'll point out a couple that are she'll say okay. There are a few like there are just the general protection ones, but then there are some other ones that seem to be made of some more favorable materials, and some master craftsmen were implored to get the bases, and well, some expertise enchantments, and all this is just coming from this rabbit. That's the
Yeah.
stuffed rabbit. Yeah, is just kind of walking around pointing, as at the same time she's helping whoever else is here. So whoever else is interested still in this area of shopping, like says you'll see that this large stuffed bee has flown up and looped that one amulet, that pendant around its head, and is kind of buzzing back down to you just to kind of be presenting for you, but stuffed animal bee, not an actual BB.
Cool.
And then because she knows you're interested in it, uh, and then she'll say, "Well, listen, you know, different materials. There is this one. Essentially, if you look it up, I believe it's called Mizian armor. It gives you the equivalent of evasion, but for con saves when you have it on. So
Yeah.
half on a fail, no damage on a success. But if it's a Constitution save, there is the base one, and then there is one with a +1 on it, which is obviously more expensive. There is another one that is it is not of the heavy armor variety. It is a breastplate. Yeah, it is a breastplate. It She explains it gives you freedom of movement while you're basically environmental impediments will not restrict your movement. Best examples, like if you're fighting in water, you're not at disadvantage.
I see.
If it's like heavy wind or something, it's not going to mess you up and stuff like that. Uh, and she kind of just goes over. So if there's anything like other effects that you're aware of, you rolled a natural 20. I'll say that for the most part, they're going to have it in stock for you
Okay.
or can order it. Again, nothing too obnoxious. Like +1 and something is completely doable.
Is there on the sheet, is there because I see all the non-magical
Yeah, prices.
upgrades and stuff, but okay. Is there
So
like a separate list of magical stuff, or is it just kind of like
no, this is just the base
Okay.
plate. I've never made like a list of all magic items in there. It's just kind of, like you can have one which will be super expensive, like comparatively, since you
Mhm.
rolled a natural 20, it'll give you the magic bonus that it gives you will give you a magic bonus to your saves as well. So it's an armor piece. You can choose whatever armor you wish because you rolled a natural 20, even up to plate. I'll allow it. But keep in mind that it's probably going to cost you like 5,000 gold. But it'll be a +1 plate that gives you +1 to AC as well as +1 to all saves. That's probably the most
Dang.
expensive piece in here.
Gotcha.
And then of course there's other ones where like use your creativity, you know what you're interested in. And then she said, and then because you mentioned stuff about falling, she'll say, I don't know how much this will help. And you see the ram, it actually has like kind of, you see the ram kind of charge and open up a foot locker, and it kind of opens up, and there's like 4 or 5 sets of boots in there. Al, you're kind of closer to it, so you can kind of see. There's a one that seems like a pretty heavy dwarven style boot, as well as some other ones. And then there's like a sleek elven design, and there's another boot in there that doesn't really seem that fancy. But she explains that is meant to like absorb impacts from landing on your feet, essentially. And the main benefit of it is if you take damage while falling, you don't automatically fall prone, and it also allows you to reduce the amount of fall damage. I need to make the item. I'm making it up on the fly,
Sure.
but that'd
Okay.
be the idea for you. Because again, you rolled a natural 20, so you basically get what you're looking for.
Nice.
Yep. And Sej, as the bee is kind of buzzing down with its oversized wings, it doesn't. They're not really flapping that fast. They're just kind of.
I
The
let my hands out to catch it.
Yeah, so it does, and that symbol again. You've seen it before. You've seen it in temples. You see it doesn't. It just seems so fundamental, and as she mentioned, it's like fundamental in nature. She'll explain that. I don't know exactly what it does, but I guess that it's kind of akin to just increasing your odds in situations. It just makes you. It's, I don't know. It's weird. I'm reading the notes on the item. It's just fundamental odds of success increased.
I like what it looks like. That's almost enough for me.
It's pretty.
Well, how
But
much would you proverbial? If I were to get this, what is your best price for me?
well, I mean, if we're assuming that Tabard is
I'm
going to
not
honor.
wealthy. Before you say,
Okay, deception
Wait,
check
did he
because
say
you're
that?
wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I loudly
Nope.
scoff.
I'm really bad at deception.
Okay, did you actually loudly scoff, Davis?
Yes.
Disadvantage, Sej.
Aww.
I'm
As you can
not rich at
see,
all.
I'm not
No.
Like I almost fall off the fucking desk when you say that.
Yeah. No, I mean she's also seeing what you're wearing. She's not like she may be small, but she's not a child.
I spent it all on these clothes.
I am penniless now.
She just kind of like takes your scoff and says, I'm sure maybe where you're from you're not wealthy, but
Another scoff.
in this area, I'm sure you could you would make many people green with envy. Sesh. As this
Aw.
bee is talking to you.
No, you don't have to keep laying on the batter here. You're embarrassing me.
Yeah. She'll say, I believe, from what I understand, based on the description, it does look like it is. It's a unique application of something that is much more commonly found. It's based on what I can derive from what Tabard wrote on it. I'm sure when he merges, which he should be coming any moment now, he can maybe give you a better explanation. I will say, oddly enough, Sej, as you're kind of holding it, the best way that I can explain the feeling is it feels like this thing is lucky. That's all I can say. Just feels like it's lucky. It's a lucky charm of some sort.
Al gets
It's
goosebumps.
just, it just feels right, you know.
So, with that, a little bit more time passes.
Where's that
Davis.
curious cat?
Yeah, I was gonna say a little bit of time passes, and you see the little beaded curtains, which are there at all times. It just seems like unnaturally dark beyond that curtain, and you just see Tabard kind of emerge. He's like, "Ah, "Hi, Menagerie. I'm glad Tam Tam has let you just kind of run amok. Have you found anything interesting?" And you can see, I guess Davis, you don't need to, but anyone else who wants to, you guys can give me perception checks.
Oh,
Ba-boom.
Yeah, you're on the other side of the room. That makes sense, Sej. All right,
Okay.
Al. Yeah,
14.
Dragnar is still thinking about is off put by the army of stuffed animals.
Did I hear beads? What is
Yeah,
that?
Bees?
yeah.
Beads. The door.
Beads. Yeah.
Beads?
Al.
Bees.
Al, it looks like Tabard hasn't gotten a wink of sleep. I mean, you pick it up instantly. Like his eyes seem a little droopy. His whiskers don't seem very straight. They seem a little like, wiry. His hair some of his fur is kind of off. But he's trying to put up a front of, being himself. He's like, my, you've got her busy. She's got her toys assisting. And you see like the ram kind of run up to him, and he just kind of pats this like little stuffed ram. He's like, "Well, looking at footwear, cozy, promise. They will not cramp your toes. They will not give you blisters. Not a single pair. Only the finest in Tabard's Trove."
Adam,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get this smirk on my face, and I'm gonna say, "Yeah, Tam is doing excellent. You must have you must have taught her really well, almost like you're a professor."
He just kind of looks at you and just like, "Go ahead and give me an insight check, I guess."
I will bravura that.
Okay.
So
Ooh,
add a
what is it?
d10.
What is? Oh, good lord, this is gonna be nice. All right, I'm already sitting at an 18.
Add a d10.
10 more, baby. 28.
Oh! Jeez.
Okay.
28. He's like, I mean, Professor, no, student of the White Duke. Yes, Professor. By all means. I mean, if you count what I taught her, then sure, Professor. I'll add that to, but it doesn't roll off the tongue. Professor Tabard. Just like Tabard. He's hiding something. I mean,
Oh yeah.
you definitely got him, but he's
I
he's
bet.
he's still smooth. Like
Hmm.
it's. I'm not as smooth as I want him to be, if you know what I mean.
Out of game all week. I've been waiting to say something like that to this dude.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
I've been thinking all week, how am I going to bring the professor thing in?
No, good job. You did well. And he'll kind of like step forward and then turn his head and see the extra dimensional space with the armory, and be like, "You see what you like in there, Karos? I mean, there's a plenty." Then he just keeps like waits for a response
It's a
for a
good.
moment.
You have a good selection here. I'm a little overwhelmed.
Well, I mean, by all means, take a deep look, my friend. Chances are much of that isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So, welcome everybody. Rock, thank you for your purchase of the scroll. I was made aware, and I'm.
Yeah.
Did the bunny tell you?
No, the bunny is in there. He points to the. I. The nature of this space allows me to know whenever anything is purchased. It's kind of.
What about if
Thanks for having
somebody?
such a unique and interesting shop. And hey, looking for a bag of beans. You can find me a bag of beans. You're the man. You're the
Bag of
best.
beans. We will find you a bag of beans, Rock. I promise.
Rock, you should
Like-
show them
like-
your
Air
finger.
high five him.
Mhm.
What was that, Such?
You should show them your finger.
Ooh, hey, is this thing useful for anything or valuable or? And then I'll pull out my jar with a thumb in it.
Uh,
It's supposedly, I don't know. I might have got ripped off. I mean, it was thrown in kind of free, so. But it's my
he'll
jar with a thumb in it.
he'll he'll briskly walk towards you. Like he's got like a it's not like he's rushing, but it is sort of quick, not really exaggerating his stride, but gets to you a little bit faster than you're expecting, and he takes it from your hand and like looks at it, and he's like, "Interesting. Uh, seems saintly, from what I can tell."
Does it do anything?
I mean, you might be able to use it as a holy focus, as it seems to come from an individual that was steeped in faith, based on the vessel that it is within.
Only focus, you say? Okay. Where's Grant?
Right. So,
Tabard,
Ragnar.
if you wouldn't mind inspecting something, I think we brought something of interest, maybe even for your personal collection.
Okay.
And I point to the cloth. It's under the cloth. Tam Tam didn't like it.
Tam, what was it? And she'll just say, it's the Hearthstone, sir. And you can kind of see hear her kind of like disappointment and maybe a little bit of disgust in the item. He's like, well, the menagerie didn't mention hags. Not surprised they collected stuff off of them. And he takes the
was-
cover and kind
It was
of.
crucial in helping, take him down. It's very useful.
You sure you want to part with it?
I mean, it's
It hurts.
It's got its downsides, yeah.
I would imagine it's not meant for creatures like us. And he kind of scrapes his claw on it. You kind of hear this.
But maybe you can fix it, make it so it's not so bad.
Oh, fix? There's no fixing. It is, from what I can tell, in rather well condition.
Yeah, we had some broken ones that we used to make this other thing. Oh, wigs, yeah. Or no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was wigs. Wigs did help us. We used some to get. We were stuck on the ethereal plane, and then so we used some broken ones to get back.
Leave it to Wiggs to figure out how to get out of the here between with broken.
Yeah, it was Wigs and Karos, and then I'll point into like the little armory room. Like they were able to mix their mojo somehow to do it. That Wigs is real smart.
Don't ask me.
You're telling me that Karos is more than just your muscle? You would have fooled me, Karos.
I mean, okay.
I do have a lot of muscle.
God damn it. Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, I think he has more than Davis. Davis used to be a muscle.
He's like,
Just staring daggers at you, Rock.
but yes, if I were to take something in like this, I would never sell it, as I wouldn't want such an article out you would be asking me to purchase something to add to a collection of mine, which, while interesting, I mean, perhaps I could donate it to the museums.
Children's museum.
I mean, there are naughty
Hags,
children, you
hags
know.
love children.
Yeah.
Oh God.
He's been infiltrated. Kill him.
Yeah, yeah. No, like you see that he's pondering it over.
Well, let's just say that if you help us out, then maybe we can help you out with other items that we may have or will come across.
Hmm. Well, listen, if it is something you wish to part with, very well. As we are trying to build a friendship and a rapport with one another, um, the store credits sound acceptable.
I look around at everyone.
You just hear from the other side. Sounds good to me. And then like a clunking, like he dropped something.
And as the clunking drops, you see two other stuffed animals that are just kind of activated. The teddy bear and I guess the ram. Yeah, the teddy bear and the ram run in there and start joining the rabbit to assist you as the
And
foot locker is still open.
every time that happens, I get in a defensive stance.
What the fuck?
Hey Adam, just out of curiosity, there is a triangle icon next to half plate, but I can't see where that matches to a description for
Oh, I must have not copied. Triangle, 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 triangle.
I was just looking
Oh.
between splint
Oh, you
and
can
half plate.
upgrade. Sorry, you can upgrade the half plate into full plate should you ever
Oh,
buy that base. I think that's
gotcha.
what it is. If I
That
remember
makes
right.
sense.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Like technically you could probably do the same with like a breastplate into a Crass or something. I have to look at it, but that was the one that was
Sure.
obvious to my head, so I was like, oh yeah, upgrade.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I was just looking for like, cause you had the stars, and I found the star area and all that stuff. I was just like, I can't find this triangle.
Good
Oh,
question. Yeah, good question. But like you
okay.
can see, like the one that's been the most obvious to this group is like Al with his buckler, right? Because he just gets to don and doff it as a bonus action. It's like hoo hee hee hoo hee. So
Highly recommend. 10 out of 10.
no, yeah.
Would
So
dawn again.
would don and then doff and then don again. Uh, yeah. Tabard was like, very well. Store credits. I guess Dregnar, because you're the one that was pitching it to him. Roll me. Roll me 6d6.
6d6.
Yeah.
66. 66. Got it. I
66.
rolled a 66. Got it.
Very
Yes.
nice. Yeah.
There you go.
66.
66.
6 delta 6. There, Mr.
Oh, you want me to apply the delta function to this? Okay, got it.
Oh, please don't do this to me. Come on.
Not bad, I guess. 17.
17. Like very well. I'll take it off your hands and give you 2,700 store credit. Is that acceptable?
I look around to the people that are a lot smarter than me.
So not
You
me.
just hear it. You hear. Sounds good to me. Here, hold this.
Sure, sounds good. As a
Okay.
jumping off point for our mutual benefit and friendship. As I kind of look at him with this motherfucker, I know what you call professor look.
He'll also is like you'll see him smile. Not a full-hearted smile, but a smile. And then he'll say, "Oh, how was introductions with Patas yesterday? Did she get you good room and board at the Bucking Mad?"
We didn't meet her.
Of course, you would have had to meet her. She's one tough broad.
She wasn't there when I asked about her. Everyone looked at me like everyone looked at us like we were crazy.
Oh.
She's
Got
been dead
it.
for 30 years.
No, 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 no. All right, this is a little bit of taboo, but we're in my space, so hopefully it kind of when you introduce yourselves, you would say, "I'd like to speak with Patas. I hear she's one tough broad."
That was the thing. They were looking for like a passphrase thing.
And immediately when he says that, you see Tam Tam pull out like a couple of sticks of incense, writes something on a piece of paper, lights the incense, tears up the paper, and just starts praying. It's like taboo. We just gotta protect ourselves. You're not supposed to speak. You're not supposed to deliberately tell the people. You're supposed to get it out of context. But yeah, so for like any of you that are trained in religion at all, you understand this 100%. This is like a ward against taboo ritual going
Oh,
on
wow.
really quickly. Like, they're like, so you're
So is
welcome.
like the whole building warded?
No, it's more of a symbolic gesture of warding against taboo. Like it doesn't actually
Gotcha.
impart any magic, but you'll find it like in different cultures where if someone like stepping under a ladder, what do you do to fix that? Yeah, situations like that, kind of like not wishing someone like saying bless you if someone sneezes, etc. This is like, oh
A
shit, we did.
reverse of bad luck.
Yeah, so they're just trying to break that. So that's why they do like a really quick. And you see like
Your
Tam is like,
path was crossed by a black cat.
yeah, and Karos and like yeah, you see Sej, you see the little bee that's buzzing in front of you. His little arms gonna put together and start praying. Karos, the ram, the bunny, and the sheep are just all of a sudden just kind of like praying really hard. But
That
yeah,
is creepy.
they just mimic her motions. And then she gets like a cord and she gives it to Tabard, and Tabard plucks it with his fingernail and cuts it. He's like, okay, I think we're good. You
Is
guys
she
see any
gonna?
cracks in the space?
Is
Like looking at, they're just.
would she
Go
come in
ahead.
and like do something or something? Like, if she's a tough broad, is she?
It's just taboo to. There's things get taboo, and there's something. One of the decrees is that directly telling someone the password or the passphrase is taboo. We don't question it. We don't break it, but as I think you have enough contacts and I want to be a friend, I risked it.
What's the
Yes, she's
thing
one
here?
tough broad. So I will say, so you went to the Bucking Mad, but you did not go to the Bucking Mad. You were first and second floors.
Yep. Wait,
Yeah,
that's all there is, right?
you'll.
Actually, out of character, I think that's all we could tell. Other than
Yeah,
I
that is
know
all that you
Sej
guys have.
like detected there was something underneath, but I don't
Yeah.
think we found that out. Did we find that out?
Mm-mm. Nope, Sej never shared it.
Okay.
I
Nope.
specifically remember Sej never shared it. He's like, you'll find out there's more to that place than you realize.
Like this place? Is it like you're gonna open a wall and there's another room type thing?
No, it is physical, not meta magical.
Huh. Okay.
The top is just basically the front. It's what allows it to operate as it
Say, hey, how are
does.
you feeling, Tabard? You look like you seen a ghost or something. Like you didn't. We didn't end really like friendly yesterday. You kind of got quiet. And I'm sorry. Did we say? Did we upset you?
You directly no, but recanting your tales did. It's
Is it about that chaos god?
yeah, essentially, my friends, uh, uh, it is you can go a lifetime without hearing uh, that a prime Pantheon member attempts to interact directly with our existence.
Yeah, I think we all had.
And I mean, you tend to go many lifetimes hearing nothing of that sort. To say that one would act in its own accord in such a way, deeply troublesome. Uh, yes, I did not get a wink of sleep, actually. I was doing research, trying to see if I remembered anything.
What
So
was the thing
far,
that I didn't share? I can't remember exactly what it was.
From bucking meds?
Yeah.
You like heard noises below, I
you
think?
heard, yeah, you heard, it seemed like either voices or sounds below your feet.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think it was anything, so I have not shared.
I understand.
I remember now.
Hmm.
Tabard, sorry to hear you didn't get much sleep. I know it's seeing what we saw definitely wasn't on my bucket list, but geez, you
Well,
find out anything in your research?
truthfully, if you actually did gaze upon him, I am quite surprised that y'all are functioning cognitively. You must have some true resolve amongst you.
Actually, as he says that, I kind of
Are
look
you?
at Rock. Like,
What makes you so tired right now? Are you enjoying the festivals
No, no, no.
every night? No end, or?
No. As mentioned, the 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 news that the Mad Titan would directly interfere or interact is troublesome.
Well, I
It's,
mean, as gods want to do, they want to have some kind of hand in the world that they partake in, right?
but they do not act directly. And if he were
Hmm.
to, lesser deities understood, but there is a long-standing accord that stretches since time that the 11 do not act directly.
they just like all said, we're good. We're
So
like,
what was
They
the
they
what
watch
was
and
the name of
observe.
the place that we stayed at last night? What is your interest in that place? You asked about this place not even just one time, so
Oh,
I
it's just I
think
recommended it. I mutual friends. You said you were from Green Hill. You know Seb and Wiggs, and uh, most adventurers that are of the League understand that the Bucking Mad a is a front for Seb's other operations in Whitlaw. I,
So hearing that, can I remember doing that night? Hearing
yeah,
those
yeah,
words specifically,
sure, of
like
course.
that at the front.
No, the words themselves, like she's a you. Okay, sorry, Donnie, I don't understand your question. You've heard people say she's a tough broad before. It just never clicked that that was what you said when you were supposed to say when you entered.
Hmm.
When you were walking down the hallway to go beyond the shields and go up to the rooms where you guys had room 4, 5, and 6, or was it
just
just
5 and 6.
5 and 6? 5 and 6. You heard what sounded like voices coming from below you, but you didn't. You kind of brushed it off. That's about all that you. I think that's all about the pieces that you have right now. Um,
Now that makes sense. I thought I was just hearing things. I took a quick look around when I met up with them at the same hotel. I
e-
thought I heard voices underneath me, but that makes sense, I guess.
Evening of libations. We all been there. It gets confusing, but I'm quite certain you heard some of the individuals that knew what is going on.
I'm glad nobody
Uh,
noticed. I pretty much put my ears to the ground to try to find out, but
that's good. So yes. Also, showing your tags when you say that will certainly increase your chances of not just accidentally saying the phrase.
what was the phrase again?
I would like to see patas I hear she's a tough broad.
I'm gonna put my hands together prematurely.
I love it.
Oh shit! You realize he did it. And he's like, looks at you, he's like, shit! And his hands already like, I'm ahead of you, boss.
Damn.
Uh,
If that was unintentional, Sage, amazing. If that was
It's
intentional,
totally
even more
unintentional.
amazing.
It's unintentional.
Nice.
yeah, he's just like, and you just see Tam like scoff and just do this, and then all the stuffed animals pray again, and she gets the cord that's been like, the piece of paper ripped up the cord, and he's like, ugh, tired, just snips it, and he's
You
like,
should
no,
get more
Sage,
sleep.
But
you
not
should
not
not.
now. We're talking.
Of course. All right, friends. Purchases, discussions. I'm sure you wish to venture out in the evening, and uh, I also have something to discuss with you, Davis. So where are we starting? What are we doing?
What do you got? We're all friends here. What do
Okay.
you?
All right. So, Karos, as far as the armor goes, just let me know what you pick. I'll give you a price. Let me know with the boots if you want to get the falling boots.
Okay.
I will say, Al, one thing that is, because you're by the Foot Locker, and it's just an item that I want to note that's in here. Just because it's kind of fun item. They're basically called like boots of knocking.
Hmm.
They basically let you like kick down, kick things and knock them open with per the spell. Which is kind of fun boots.
Oh,
Oh,
Boots of
that's
knocking.
nice
I don't
shoes.
hate that.
Yeah. But like
Door open.
it'll also work on arcane locks essentially too, right? Potentially. I mean,
Oh
there's
shit.
yeah. So if there's, like I said, if there's anything creative that you guys wish to look at, Tabard will see you, Sej, looking, still holding on to that the square pendant, and say, that essentially, if you are interested, and he'll kind of explain it to you what it does more in detail and more eloquently, and kind of in a wayward way. Essentially, Sej, it's a representation of a luck stone. +1 to saves, +1 to all ability checks, and that includes initiative if you have it on your person.
How
So,
much? And I'm gonna give her a look, like I'm serious.
she'll look at Tabard. Tabard will look at her. 1,200. 1,000. If honestly, I'll give it to you for 1,000, as you have seen it twice, and you seem to be interested in it twice, and we are trying to be friendly here.
Now we could be friends for free.
Friendly. I didn't say friends. I said friendly. We're already friends, I would think. But, it's up to you to decide. I can't force you to be my friend. But
I also can't force you to take 1,000 gold, but I'm gonna keep on. I'll hold on to it for now.
okay.
You can have the necklace. I'd certainly keep it in mind, though.
Okay. Um, okay. Um, Rock, got your thing. Is there anything else you're looking at, CJ and or Al, that's got your attention?
You told me to wait because of my thingies.
What was your
The
thing
book
again?
and
Sorry, there's
coral.
so much.
I talked to my book and my
All
coral.
right.
I want to
But
make sure
otherwise,
our
I'll
Leonin
pay the
friend is
bill.
taken care of. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I thought you were done. My bad.
No, you're
No
good.
problem.
You're waiting for some sort of flash of light, rumbling, tumbling. Nothing.
Yeah, just see if there's there's anything that like my we'll say friends like,
Mhm.
hey, like this would be something that's useful for you or your group
Yeah, they
or
don't
like.
seem to manifest or pull any sway in here,
Well,
unfortunately.
yeah, no, that's fine. So yeah, no, I'm good with this one spell, and they know my request. I'm happy.
Okay.
And also, do you have any really cool shields?
They have a whole trove of shields. Karos is in the room with a lot of shields. And yes, there are a lot of cool shields in there. Because Karos rolled a natural 20, so there's a lot of cool shit in that room.
I'll look at shields. Cause I just have like a base little bucket thing, and I can use it now instead of so. Yeah, I'll see if there's any shields.
Sure. Anything I should ask in particular that you're looking for? Or am I gonna start? I mean, I can start coming up with shields. That's easy.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't honestly. I didn't look at them ahead of time.
No,
I
that's
have
fine.
any so
Yeah. You find the high roll shield. So I'll say there's a few that stand out pretty quickly. All right. You have different cuts of shield, different shape, different materials. Some of which are of various metals. There's some of wood and even some of like hide design. Um, as you're kind of looking, there is some like the stuffed animals will describe what you're looking at to kind of let you know what's going on. Uh, you have, mechanically speaking, you have enough strength to just use a shield. So as a materia, we put a strength requirement on it. So you can use a buckler or a shield. You don't have enough strength to use a tower shield. Um, but in the collection, there are essentially sentinel shields, which give you advantage on perception and initiative when you have them on your person. There are different shields of protections, +1, +2. There's actually a regular shield that is enchanted so that you can don and doff it as if it was a buckler. So it's a bonus action rather than that. There is a large shield. It's still considered a shield, but it is fairly large. And you see what's odd about it is you walk by it, and Karos, you've missed it because it doesn't look like it's a shield because it's actually flipped the other way around. You're looking at the inside of the shield, and inside of it, there's like almost like shelving, and it's a shield that is used to hold things inside of it. And the RAM will explain that no matter, as long as it doesn't exceed the maximum capacity, what's put in here, it's like not like a shield of holding, because like it's not an extra dimensional space, but you can like put potions and different things in there, and the shield will hold on to them. So yeah, it's kind of if you've ever there's this really famous D&D art piece of like a combat cleric or something, and it's basically inspired by that shield. D&D combat cleric. I can picture it. I'll try to find the picture. But it's basically the way that the best way I can explain it is a shield. It provides protection, but it also allows for easy access of things, and anything that's on there is like really easy to grab and use. And yeah, and of course,
you said there was one that helps with initiative because Rock's somewhat regretting his giving away his boots.
yeah. So this is a pretty standard item. I think it's called Sentinel Shield, right, Danny? I think it's called Sentinel Shield.
Yeah, I think so.
Does it require attunement?
I believe so.
Yeah. Which your boots
yeah,
did not.
Guess my boots did not. Yeah, I'm maxed on that.
I mean, I had a character. If you really miss your boots, you can have them back. Like,
No.
No,
Like Rock would
Sentinel
never.
Shield doesn't
Out-
actually. It doesn't
Out
require
of character, I could if I wanted, but in character, Rock will never admit that he yeah.
Yeah, so Sentinel Shield, it's non-attunement. While holding the shield, you have advantage on initiative rolls and wisdom perception. The shield is emblazoned with the symbol of an eye. The shield is made from wood or metal and is carried in one hand. It increases your AC by 2. You can benefit only from one shield at a time. So yeah, it's non-attunement.
Rock really likes that because he said non-attunement, and also it's got. I got like arcane eye, and
Yeah.
at some point we'll find the eye of Sauron, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
yeah, how much? I'll be like, hey, how much does that cost?
She'll look it over and say, well, that one is a pretty fine piece. And then you see who Davis as you're kind of close to Tam, and Tam will say, he's looking at the Sentinel Shield, sir. He's like, that one will probably be about 3,000 with the friend discount. And you hear,
Will you take a jar with a thumb in it?
The friend discount plus the thumb, and you have a shield. Or the friend, the whatever, the store credit.
Oh, heck yeah.
Wait, what
Deal,
is
my
that?
good friend.
Wait, that thumb is
My-
worth something?
I don't know. I guess so. But I'm like,
It was holy enough to count as a spell casting focus, so probably has some kind of like
Yeah.
neat
Yeah,
story to it.
I shall make the trade.
Okay. So your store credit
Can
is
I
depleted.
insight? Oh, plus the store credit, so it's only like worth 300-ish.
Maybe more. You never know. But
Oh,
yeah.
right. Sorry, like the value. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
actually, I will insight check to see if Tabard is stiffing us on that deal if I can.
Yeah, go for it.
It's not good. 12.
26. He seems legit.
Huh. That's a. I thought it was just a thumb, but okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, oops. So CJ, if you're looking for the actual item, I'll post it in Roll20 for you. And you can add it to your character. Make sure when you add it, you equip it, because then it should put the A next to perception and initiative.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the only other, I'll be like, hey, do you want? I'll unbuckle my old shield. This is a normal, basic, whatever. I'll be like, do you guys want this? Can you sell this?
No, and not to be rude, but it doesn't look like it's of
It's
a
not
quality that
much.
can be enchanted. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just strap it back on and I'll get rid of it later.
Okay.
So I'm giving up the jar. Am I giving it money as well?
You just ate up
You just
the
all
Hearthstone
the start
credit.
credit.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, now Brock's just running around the store all giddy, shield. Look. I'll run to Dregnar and be like, Dregnar, punch me. I'll hold the shield down.
I'll walk up
Sanders.
to
I'm gonna
Karos.
punch him around the shield.
Okay. You go to punch, and then you just kind of sidestep. Wha-pow.
Oh, what the?
You said punch me, not punch the shield.
Oh. Alright, now I just go pout in the corner.
Okay.
I heard.
All right. Who else needs to talk? I'm here. I'm listening. I'm reactive. I'm go.
Well, I think we need to, because we need more money, don't we?
We have funds.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to Karos and say, anything catch your fancy?
We have things that could be exchanged for funds at the very least.
There's a few in here. I'm just trying to plan my spending. If you catch my meaning.
Well, don't be too stingy on your survival. If anything, I could help you.
I appreciate that. Hopefully, once we move the goods, we should be. Oh God, that sounded really criminal. Once we move the
That's why I
goods,
cracked up.
once we sell our goods, I think I'll have a better idea. I'm kind of just earmarking possibilities here for right now. But I do appreciate the offer, friend.
Offer always stands. We can wait if you wish. See where we end up. In a better place to negotiate or not, you know? That's a good, wise decision, too.
Yeah. I've been letting the little one point to the rabbit, letting the little ones know what pieces I'm interested in, and we'll see what we gain and figure something out. Hopefully we won't run into too much trouble in the middle of the city.
Things of these nature, for that kind of price, don't usually end up walking away. At least very quickly, so.
Yes. It's interesting. I've never I'd say I've never hurt for coin to pay for food and drink and lodging, but some of the sums that have been thrown around here just in the past day and a half, I'm kind of surprised it hasn't shocked me a little more.
Magic comes to a
than it should.
premium in these parts of town, I guess. This part of the world.
Can
I'd
we hear
imagine.
this conversation, Adam?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna come
I'm
over
not
to
being shy
Carl.
about it.
I'm gonna go over to Carlos and I'll be like, I agree with you. That's why I'm trying to trade items that we don't need because I don't like spending coin on things.
Mm.
I would rather earn my way by action instead of gold.
I understand that.
So
Yes.
that being said, I'll kind of motion for Al and Davis to kind of come over and say, do we want to bring the items here to see at least where we stand as far as the items we got in Green Hill?
Yeah, actually, some maybe relatively audibly, I'll be like, "You mean the stuff from Green Hill?"
Yeah, from the Green Hill. Yeah, the Green Hill stuff. The stuff that we came in. I'll make this loud and look at Tabard.
Yeah,
The
actually, I'm
stuff
just
we
gonna do the
came,
same.
the stuff we came in the gate with, and I'll look straight at Tabard when I say that.
I'll just smile and be like, "That'd be excellent. I'd love to see what I can help you do with it."
Well, can you arrange for it to be transported here?
Most likely.
As a friend would, right? As a friend would.
Absolutely.
I look at the group. Are we all right with this?
Hell no! How the hell is he gonna get like? If Jakob just gives it to this Tabard guy, then he's fucked up. No,
No, I'm not talking
we gotta
about.
go give it the okay. Like,
Well, yeah. I mean, we go there and we're gonna see the transaction occur between where it's stored and
okay, yeah,
whatever. I'm just talking about. I don't want to
see.
carry it through town.
Yeah, if and I'll look at Tabard, be like, if you want to let them know that we'll have it sent over here, then we'll give them the okay.
He just smiles,
Yeah.
nods. So, excellent.
I think
And
that.
by all means, transport through town. People won't even see it moving. You have my word.
I think we need to do that before we continue with any more purchases. Now, I would like to take this sash and have them hold it because I am very interested in it, as well as maybe some other things. But I want to see where we're at before we start spending store credit.
Your credit was dissolved by rock.
I'm talking about the other items in case there's something that
Oh,
piques your fancy.
okay. Uh, very well.
Hey, you had mentioned when you were interested in those items, you'd mentioned making those items like into other things. Is that something you do, or you know someone who could do it?
I have a network. I can do a little of that, but I have many acquaintances that let's say have a diverse skill set, especially when it comes to the application of raw
I mean, you don't need to
materials.
speak in like weird.
I know people.
Okay, yeah. Like I
He
think we're
knows a
friends
guy.
here, so just speak plain.
Sorry. Speaking plainly is something I have to remind myself to do.
Yeah, because a lot of it just goes over my head when we started like, making hints and references, and it's like just tell me the things.
True, we took him to a library and he started steaming.
Oh my god, that place is cool. Like it's amazing, but I was lost. Like that's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Hmm.
No, just like you can get lost in cities. It's all good.
I mean, I'm used to cities, but that place was full of
With
full of
cities of knowledge.
yeah, it was like a city of books. I mean, we went to that other place that was basically like a city of books too, right?
Right, yeah. This
Except those
the
books
colors
were
are a
like
lot
flipping
cleaner.
around. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was cleaner. Yeah, true. and color like what less weirdly colored anyway.
Mm-hmm. Felt like it's been a long time in that first library.
But actually, the whole time I'm looking at, actually not that whole time, but like at the end there, I'm gonna look at Tabard, see if he's reacting, like if he's at all picking up what we're talking about. Nothing. Okay,
Tuned you guys out.
gotcha.
He's giving you your conversation essentially.
Makes sense.
Or he's trying not to. And kind of walks over to this little plate where there's like an apple, grabs it.
Well,
Well, do we want to go check on our goods now? I mean, I've seen many fantastic wares here, but I think before I make any commitments to what I'm going to purchase, it'd be good to know what we're working with. It's not a lot in here. Needs kind of pats his wherever I keep my.
I'll lean in. I'll
my
be
coin
like,
pouch.
with the bag that we got in Volpine, we've got some funds. Like now that they're fine, we've got plenty of things that'll get us. We can afford some stuff for sure.
yeah, but I would like to get rid of the bulky items first, if that's possible, because we can carry those around with us in case we need coin elsewhere.
Fair enough.
Unless you guys want to keep those items or have something made.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to see what the possibilities are.
I
I'd
think
say-
getting Tabard's expertise on what potential these items have. I am no craftsman myself beyond simple tools and shelter in the woods, but even the giant plates, that we pulled off of that Mechanoloth. I mean, if they're half as useful in an item as they were on its back, I couldn't begin to imagine the applications for some of them.
So I say we go ahead and arrange for Tabard to have his guys meet us where the goods are.
The cleft
Or-
skull, I think. Right?
Or do you guys just want to carry him through town? It doesn't matter either way to me.
I mean, it sounds like Tabard's got a way of transporting things a little more discreetly, I think is the
Okay.
word.
Yeah, I'm on board with the professional transport.
Okay.
I mean, they know the city better than we do.
Exactly. We just make sure that we get an inventory before we leave and have that guy sign it just in case something happens along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Are we to do this now?
Well, yeah, why not?
Tie up the loose
It's
ends.
a festival of colors.
Yeah, we can go tonight, right? I mean, it's the sun's going to be setting here in a bit, and that's when I imagine the parties will really start. Is that right, guys? Tam, like the festival, the nights are a little bit. It seems like it's going on most of the day, but nighttime seems.
You get more, yeah, the moons tend to bring out the wilder side of people.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to go join in some of the festivities now, I'm pretty sure it's going to take a couple of hours for us to get everything here and then Tabard to go through it. You could always come back in a couple of hours if you wanted to go do some festivities now.
I look at you like a happy dog. Oh, can I?
But actually, real quick, I'll be like, well, so before we go, if we're setting the stuff away, like the sash, like, I'll just mention, I'll be like, I like what I'm wearing, I like what I'm wielding, but there was some potions that I've had that have been really good, so anything that'll make me, like, stronger, faster, hit harder, anything like that that's, not necessarily on the pricey end, but like something like that that could be good for a quick hit, that's the kind of stuff I'd love. So whatever you got.
We will look through our. I'll have Tam look through our inventory and let you know what she can pull up.
Awesome.
One more. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead. You tell
One
you.
one more item that I would like to see if you have. I've heard these items; they seem to be pretty common. But have you ever heard of winged boots?
Damn it, James.
I'm not N-
They don't
rare
exist in
as
this world.
fuck in my world. These are like ultra rare items. They're legendary, you motherfucker. Yeah, no, legit. No,
One boot in
seriously.
existence.
No, they exist. They're legendary.
Okay.
I'm not like
That
that
ma-
is.
that
Oh,
ma-
it says
that makes
they're
sense.
uncommon.
Yeah,
Fucking
it said there we
stupid
go.
ass D&D.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like, how to break a game,
Yeah.
wing boots.
yeah.
No, like I get that they have their purpose. There are equivalents of them, but nothing that gives you permanent flight like a wing pair of boots does.
Okay. Well,
Um,
it's not permanent flight. It's 4 hours, but yeah,
That's a fucking long ass time.
it's still a long time. Yes.
yeah. You know, um, yeah, no. So like a sentinel shield, like it's listed as uncommon. No, that is not an uncommon item. That is stupid good. That's like
Yes.
a rare item. So priced accordingly.
Okay.
Um,
Or
he'll
maybe
say. Mhm.
something that could, because I fight with these and I put my hands up. Something that could possibly change the damage of these. Like maybe if I have to fight an ice elemental, I could have it apply fire damage. And out of game, the mechanic I'm talking about is just converting the damage type, not
No, I get you.
adding damage, just converting
Yeah.
it.
It's like I can do some. I'm sure there are those type of transmutative type of enchantments. So perhaps. Well, again, we'll check our inventory as not everything is readily on display because you're asking for some unique things. And as you say that, Tam, because you said flying, Tam will say, there are these earrings, and they're just basically like earrings with like a feather, like a white feather that ends in a black tip. Um, kind of opposite of flying, but help you when falling. I think Karo said he was interested in that too. These will slow your descent if you fall.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm good in that area, but Karo's probably.
Yeah. I would be interested in finding out more about. I don't know if you're still making it, Adam. So I'll just if
No,
essentially
this
I
is
will.
this is an
Oh,
item that actually exists.
okay.
So
Okay.
the one that I was going to create for you was something else, but this is just essentially it does require attunement, but it's instead of being a ring of featherfall, it's earrings of featherfall. So
Gotcha.
when you fall while wearing the ring, you descend at 60 feet per round and take no falling damage. I would say
Okay.
with the caveat is you can, because you're attuned to it, you can choose to sub, you know, mute the effect if you want to fall faster.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So
We'll put that on the maybe pile.
gotcha. I will say, since we've been shopping for a bit, and Tabard will happily go and collect those things. If there's role playing involved, we can, but if not, we can, for the sake of expediency and maybe progressing the story a bit. Sej, you can join the group or not. You can go be a puppy dog amongst the festivals. I don't know who all wants to go to the Cleft Skull, but
I'm gonna stay with the group.
okay.
Yep. I mean, if you want a festival, Rock wants the festival and find Lizard for Looker. Get drunk.
I'll enjoy on the way. It's okay.
Okay.
There'll be plenty of time for celebration, I feel like.
Okay.
Okay. I will say, the one thing that, in case, with if you come back to and want to mull over like during our break, possibly items that would be in this store. The basic stuff, like think of like +1 stuff, pretty common here, pretty readily available. In case you are looking for, swapping out some weaponry. As far as like the spellcasters go, there are things that allow you to augment your spells a bit. Nothing like too crazy. Keep in mind that increasing the save DC of something is a lot more difficult to find than increasing your chance to hit with something. As far as defensive goes, thanks to Karos' role, there are some really good defensive items available. Things that were mentioned were boots of knocking, those custom boots of falling that I can create if need be, Karos. Hinted to like boots of elven kind. Uh, And then, there's other things like, some similar effects that I've mentioned, like a luck stone kind of effect. There's the Mizian armor kind of effect where if you take half damage on a failed con and no damage on a failed dex. So, but obviously when you guys possibly bring in more things here, there might be more things available or more possibilities. So just be creative. I kind of want to allow you to get your things. Like, sorry about the bag of beans. I wasn't expecting it, so I just had you roll for it.
No,
Uh,
it's okay.
but
It's
they
okay.
will be working on it. And by all means, Rock, there was a lot of scrolls. Like when you were like looking, you were looking for one specific, but they have a collection. So, and they'll be looking for potions. So up to you guys. Do you have like actual role play that you guys want, or do you want me just to set the scene of y'all walking over, finding the cleft skull, and then taking a break, essentially?
No
Kind of want to
idea.
just gauge. Okay. So if that's okay with everybody, what basically will happen is as you guys are kind of wrapping up in here, Tam Tam puts the sash to the side. Karos, you step out of the armored the section, and you see as you step out that once you and the stuffed animals come out, the wall starts to unfold back, and it becomes a solid wall, and then that tile plate pops back out. Um, Rock, there is no interaction between your book and your your coral. Davis Tabard will say, we'll discuss your glaive when we return, if
Oh,
that is okay.
awesome.
Um, and then Tam Tam will, wish you guys adieu. And you see Tam will essentially, there's a like where a curtain would be, but actually behind it there's like a shelving, and she kind of pulls on it, and as she pulls, there's just a giant hat rack that comes out, and Tabard looks in, picks this one. He basically puts on another fez. He's like, yeah, this is nice, and then she shoves it in. He's got a large collection of hats, and he's like, very well. He he grabs a bag that you see. He puts it in his vest. It's like, and let us, you said the cleft skull, was it?
Yep.
I think I remember where that is. And he'll walk you through, and as you walk through, the festivities are going on. The smells of different little fried goods happening, the sounds of people having fun. You do, Rock, I will say, because you are keeping an eye out, you do see some lizard folk entertainers. At this point, not being harassed, as there's a lot of activity going on. There are people's businesses and bazaars still actively selling and trading the whole lot. Rock, you do pass in a blacksmith, so if you do wish to get rid of your shield, he'll take it for metal. Your regular shield, he'll take it for metal. He'll give you a gold for it. I think. I
Okay,
think that might be too
I'll do
much.
that. Absolutely, yeah.
Actually, how much is a shield?
Whatever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm trying to remember the prices. I'll tell you the price. I'll tell you how much he gives you when we get back. He'll take it for scrap metal. Um, and then you eventually find the cleft skull. The cleft skull is not the greatest looking establishment. Uh, it seems a little bit run down. The stone working on it's like chipped around. The plaster is kind of missing at places where you can see the underlying stone. The windows are where they have like the wood shutters. Some of the shutters are like bent and broken, missing some of the slots. However, uh, the cleft skull, sign of a skull with an axe coming straight through it, clipping it in two. And as you enter, you look for Jakob. Jakob is a wiry looking man with a long, greasy looking black ponytail. Most of his hair is kind of balding up in the front, kind of like this whiskery like beard and mustache combo.
Like,
As you
hey, so we are the menagerie. We had Quite a few things, a few crates of things brought here based on Meeker's suggestion.
Yes, you do, and they are your food items are ready for you to pick up. Please follow me back to the stables, and he'll kind of. As you see, there's like 5 or 6 patrons in here. Most of them just kind of hunched over, drinking whatever they're drinking. It's not a very lively atmosphere in here at all. It's actually kind of devoid of the festival of colors in here. Uh,
The
Mostly just
Festival of Neutrals.
yeah, it's kind of the festival of dull, and people of like miserable people are in here.
Oh,
Uh,
right.
Dive bar,
yeah,
dive bar.
yeah. But he does take you, and you step out, and kind of try. Next to it is a storage facility, like a storage shed like place. And there is like some hay and all that for someone that might per se have some type of riding animal, but the hay doesn't even look that fresh, or fresh, quote unquote.
So we're like out of the
Um,
main area now. It's just us and him.
yeah,
Like, yeah,
he's
it's not. It
walking.
wasn't. But like, yeah, it's not really food, right? You were just saying that.
I don't want to know what's in it. Meeker just said you guys were dropping stuff
God,
off.
it's food.
The less I know, the better. There we go. Um, so please, and then he kind of like, opens up the wooden stable gate, and in the back you see this stable is probably as large as his establishment. And I guess I should have. I gotta look at y'all's backgrounds. Give me a second.
Looking for criminal
Uh,
backgrounds.
yeah, essentially.
I will say, I mean, you know what mine is, and it's not exactly
I'm
that,
not
but
even gonna say
there's.
it. DM to players. Do you decide? Yes. Yeah. Davis, you get a familiar feeling. You know what I mean? You're like, why is this place so big? Why is it just? Um, choose as you wish. Shady shit happens here.
Oh yeah, this is like a way station for all sorts of shit. I'm sure.
Yes. So, and then your stuff is, I will say, Davis, I will say you would appreciate this. It looks like these crates have been here for a very long time. It doesn't look like they're fresh. They did a good job.
Masking it or camouflaging
Yeah,
it.
exactly. It looks like they've been here. The amount of dust and hay and all this on it. It's been here for a while. Nicely done. So it doesn't look suspicious at all.
But I can
There's
tell that it
nobody.
is the stuff that we wrote in with.
Yes,
Okay.
you can tell. Like you kind of wipe it off and you see that it is yours. The markings are yours. And Tabard is like, oh, 3 crates, excellent.
And these are like
Well,
pretty big crates, like 5 foot on a side or something like that, or I don't know, aren't they?
yeah, they're more. They're like, yeah, 6 feet, 7 feet on it. They're large.
Okay.
They're at least 5 by 5 by 5. They're big. He's like, not a problem. Jakob, thank you. We will be taking it from here. And he just kind of looks. He's like, don't worry, I have means of transporting it. He just looks really confused.
I'll
Uh,
give him 5 silver and be like, thank you very much.
He's like, takes it. He's like, and then Tabard will flip him a coin. He catches it. He's like, pockets it, and walks off real fast. If passive perceptions on that one.
Mine's
Al
15.
would notice. You would not. No. Karos would notice. No. Sej, Karos, and Al. He tossed him a platinum.
Damn.
Whoa.
Fucking
Whoa.
big timing me, you little piece of shit.
I mean,
And then
it's like 10 gold. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I gave him
yeah,
half a gold.
yeah. But he did it really quick, and you just got it off the glint. So it's like, All right, so what you'll see is he'll ask you, step back, thank you. And he basically, like, out of the bag that he takes, he pulls out a black cloth, essentially. And then he unfolds it, and he kind of like strews it out like a tablecloth, and then places it on the ground. He's like, all right, you muscly folk, I need your help. and you guys kind of lift it, and he just kind of instructs you to put it on the cloth. He says, "Excellent," and then you make sure no one touching the cloth. All right, and he'll put his hand on the cloth and tap, and you just see the crate begin to just sink into the cloth.
Like it's supposed to do that, right?
Indeed, in portable storage. Next
That's
one.
cool.
Very discreet. Very nice.
Then you guys do it again. Does it? Do it again. Does it? He's like, excellent. Folds up the cloth,
So
makes
if
it
I
all
were to
nice, and
stand on that,
it wouldn't function. Well, you don't want to be in there. You've heard of a bag of holding,
kind
yes?
of. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, just not pleasant. Which, by the way, if you guys are looking, we got various bags holding things to assist with transport. One of these as well. However, that's a special order. And then but you notice as he's like putting it up, he very meticulously and elegantly folds it back up, and then puts it back in the bag and puts the bag back in there, and then he has it, and he starts walking. He's like, very well.
Hell, I thought you were
Shall
gonna have
we?
to like organize a team of guys to come move this stuff, but that was fast.
When you're in the business.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh. And then we'll say with you guys walking out of the Cleft Skull, heading back towards Tabards, we'll take our break.